creating a link to your Xbox. No, thank you. I'm good.
So on this, alright,
it says we're live. Let's see. Where is it? Yep, there it is.
cool. Hey! I'm TPAW,
I'm the Karnage.
and this is Crazy Peace for this week. We're going to talk about the current ongoing topic of 48 Laws of Power, and then we're also going to talk about other stuff that comes to mind.
And a whole bunch of reels in the last half an hour.
Yes. So, it's been very interesting last week. It feels like this year is just one straight up tsunami
Clusterfuck.
of weirdness and chaos. And so 2024, at this point, I'm just going to be like, hi year. Please use lube.
No, my only thing would be like, let's see if this one's a clusterfuck.
Yes.
Because the
So,
last few years have been just a giant clusterfuck, and I'm like, that's life.
yeah. So, it's like, I'm always trying to get my shit together, and the more I try to get my shit together, the more the tsunami rolls. So, pretty much just kind of riding the bus and being like, alright, let's go at turbulent speed. Why not? So, yeah, no, I actually, today I went to go shooting with Hallett. You've seen him on the podcast for 5 seconds.
Here and there.
Yeah. Didn't say much, which is funny, because that guy talks a lot when he wants to talk. But otherwise, he'll just be like he was, kind of just silent, sitting there and waiting for his turn to do anything. But, yeah, he went to go shoot guns at Impact Guns, and it was fun. Just a lot of fun. I don't get the same exhilarating, like, rush from it that he does. You know? Like, it's just kind of like, okay, yep, it's a gun, we're shooting it. This is fun. Especially since it's an expensive source of fun.
Well, it's more expensive if you're renting the gun and don't own it.
Yeah.
If you already have a gun, you already have bullets, then the only part that becomes a pain in the ass is if they make you wear their ear protections, which are full ear covers, or if I can use my, the old school ones where you just close it down and put it in your ear.
Yeah.
You squeeze it down, put it in your ear, and it expands. It's fun.
Yeah.
I prefer those than the whole ear cover mittens. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm better off just putting in fucking my Bluetooth, blasting music, and putting on, like, y'all have seen it in a few episodes back if you're watching the video, my just white headphones.
Yeah.
Because I put those on when I mow the lawn on Friday morning. Because it holds the headphone, it holds the Bluetooth in real nice,
Yep.
and then I can do whatever the hell I want.
Well, part of me wanted to just throw in my Samsung buds and just put an earbud in, and then fucking play music while I shot, because, whatever. And so say if it's silencing
That's
it.
not proper ear protection, bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't see much of a difference, because if it's supposed to isolate sound, then was it any different playing music you like or audiobook you like?
Well, that's the issue I have with shooting in a contained box. It gets magnified. The sound, I'm like, can't we just like have it out in the middle of nowhere, a shooting range, where I can shoot outside?
Yeah.
That's what I prefer, because then there's so much outside. Because I've actually been to shooting ranges that are outside. Dude, it's like a million times quieter. You hear the bang, but it's not. Bah!
Yeah, it's like this giant vibrating.
Yeah, it's just bang.
Yeah, it was pretty
Let's see
interesting.
if you hit the target.
Because we're sitting there shooting with the handguns, right? And then in the next room where they have a whole new set, because every one of the stalls, it's like a it's like a cubicle, like stall, and it's like each one of them is like 1, 2, 1 through 5, and then or 6, and then the next.
Yeah, they set up
is 7
so
through
many,
10.
then they put a wall, and set up the next so many, put up a wall, next so many.
Yeah, and
just give me outside in the middle of BFE shooting at a tree for shits and giggles.
Yeah. So, like, we're sitting there and we're shooting and everything, and out of nowhere we hear like what sounds like a grenade going off. We hear kaboom, and out of nowhere, like,
Hal and I
are
what
like,
edge was that?
yeah, like we're like, what the fuck? And we look in the next room, and these the guys that are holding what looks like a cannon, and they shot the cannon.
Oh, so 50 cal.
Yeah. And
It's
they're all
a
laughing
big
and shit
bitch.
while they're all laughing and shit and giggling while they're shooting it and stuff. And the whole time me and Hal are in the other room going, "What the fuck was that?" And then next to us there's a person with a semi-automatic.
It's a hand cannon, motherfucker.
Yeah. And they're like, they have a semi-automatic with them, and they're like shooting that one. And me and him are just shooting handguns and having fun with that. But like it was very interesting going to the gun range and doing some shooting, especially with guns that I don't even own. We're renting them, and it was funny as it's everywhere. Like all these different signs are like, you'll pay for the damage of the equipment if you injure it, or watch out for this, and this. It even says
make sure the safety's on when you load, so that way you don't blow off your foot or accidentally kill another patron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, and then you have to sign like all these little agreements in terms of service. And
waivers, if you blow off your own head, it's not our fault. You can't sue us, and neither can your family.
Exactly. That's what it's like, dismemberment or death. And it's like, nah, never. Guns don't do that.
Okay.
I just was like reading the whole thing and like being like,
I don't even
okay.
read it because I've seen them before. I know what they say, so it's like, yeah, sure.
I literally
Stamp
read it
of
all
approval.
out loud with sarcastic remarks, and the guy at the desk was just like, oh fuck.
We got one of those.
He's like, we got a smart ass over here, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And I'm just like making
but
my own
see,
commentary.
most of the time,
Guy was
if
fun,
you do a smart ass thing, either they, oh, this is gonna be fun and great, or
oh, he was the opposite. He was the good natured, jokey.
This is gonna be fun because he's gonna be a smart ass the whole time.
Yes.
Oh, I love it when
That's essentially
when I get
what it
that
was.
whole dynamic because those are always fun to deal with.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy the shit out of that. It's like, oh, what a fucking those, and I'm just thinking. My first thought in my head is, yes, thank you for noticing.
Yeah, no, it was beyond fun. Like I enjoyed myself a lot there, and what's funny is I was kind of nervous about going there a little bit, like because the fact that I've never been to one of them, and you never know when some idiot is gonna come in and not only mishandle the equipment, but also like,
do something stupid.
Yeah,
'cause
like
people are stupid.
Yeah, like got all these signs everywhere that says you will die if you do this wrong, or you could die. And then, like...
Well, what I didn't realize on my first shooting my gun, because after I bought it at the place I showed you, after you buy the gun, 24 hours until they close that day, free range.
Yeah.
You get the shooting range for free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, fuck out.
I was surprised they didn't have, like, a membership special or something, or...
You have to buy a gun, because if you buy a gun, okay, we'll let you have 24 hours, or until we close, to shoot, so we can get used to the kickback or whatnot of your gun.
Yeah.
That I understood. Anything after that, no, you have to pay to come into practice. I get that.
Yep.
But my thing is, I don't want to pay you when I can waste the same amount of gas, drive out to the middle of BFE, and just put a stupid bullseye that I printed out the day before, print off 5 of them, put it on a tree and just shoot it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off to the left, so just sights. Hey, I got the center. Fucking A.
Yeah, what's funny is actually, Hal and I were doing really well with the guns, even though we haven't shot in forever. Like, the last time I honestly shot a gun was... I was in my early 20s. It was almost 10 years ago.
I was... How far back it was. We lived in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Grandpa... Barnhill, his property was outside the city limits, so we just went and shot on his property, had some trees. Me and Russ. No, I knew it was too, because I wasn't used to the gun. It was a basic old, basic 22.
Yeah.
And I was just trying. Not fucking shit. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And when I tried to shoot for the limited time I had before I was going to go home, spend time with the kids, because it was one of the days where, stay the fuck out of the house. You know, that bullshit. We was talking about it. Yeah, it was the thing of, okay, I've shot, it's this time, I need to leave, this kind of sucks, I wanted to shoot some more, because my aim was shit, it was off, and I know it was, but I already know where I fucked up, but I want to, like, go out, like I was saying, to the middle of freaking nowhere, to just practice some more.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay a $15 fee, I don't want to pay any fees, fuck you, I came here to make sure I don't actually kill myself or somebody else on accident. Can we just, like, start shooting?
Yeah.
My only thought.
I played around with so many guns at my Uncle Arno's armory that going to this place and then like the guy literally told us, he's like, you can play around with shotguns, you can play around with some of the other stuff here, like you just want to switch out the weapon, you may have to pay for the extra ammunition, but you can definitely try the other weapons. And so
okay, give me an AK-50.
So we just played around with a couple of the handguns, but he said, he's like, if you guys come back, then just experiment with different weapons. That way you can figure out what you like. And then if you ever decide to buy anything, then you'll know you like it.
Well, that'd be like me. If me and you like went and did it, I'd save up money, or we'd save up money together and just go and like, right, I need enough for 2 clips. How much does that cost in ammo? For what? This motherfucker. Oh, you're gonna try that one. I want to see how good or shitty a shot I am. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, 2 clips. That's this much. Okay. Give me the bullets. I'll load it in the room. Okay. Next gun. All right. No. Buckshot fucking 12 gauge.
Yeah, they handed us 2 handguns that like each clip held like 14 bullets. And
Mine holds 16. That's why I like it. It's like, because you know the issues I deal with the disability. It was the thing. I talked to the guy about it. He's like, well, this one's an easy one. Because the safety is not a push button.
Yeah.
It's a up and down, click, click. I'm like, okay, I can do that. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize the safety was off. Loaded the gun up, went up, hit the safety, went click. I'm like, oh, fuck, it was already off. Oops! Huh? Good thing I didn't blow anybody out.
Yeah.
Anybody up, blow off somebody's leg or balls on the walk to the spot.
I do have to admit though, the first few times that I heard the gun going off, like not the gun that I was holding, but the gun that Hal was
Somebody
holding.
else was holding.
Yeah, like a few times that the gun was going off, I jumped a little bit. I was just like, oh shit. And then like after a bit, it got used to it.
Yeah, you get used to the noise.
Yeah, you get used to the noise and everything. You get used to the sudden vibrations in the air. And you're just like, okay, this is kind of normal now. And so but when I was shooting the gun, like utterly loosey-goosey. I would just hold it, and then I would shoot it, and then I was just loosey-goosey with it. Howlett, though, he was completely tense. Like, I would try to film him.
Yeah, you were saying he was stiff.
Yeah, like, I would try to film him and stuff, and I was filming him from over the shoulder. And he was, like, holding it. He was holding it right and everything, but then, like, his whole body was, like, rigid. He was just, like... It was like all of his muscles were engaging at once.
Well, that's like if somebody's gonna hit you, do you tense up or do you loosen? You loosen. Why? Because when they hit you, your body just goes with it. Then you come back and they tense up because they don't know how to click.
Yeah.
Look my jaw. Because you're a dumbass.
Yep. I held the gun tight enough to where it wouldn't fly out of my hands, and then loosey-goosey the rest. I just went with the
just have relaxed arms and shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure your grip's hard.
Yes. Exactly, that way it doesn't go.
I've never seen anybody do that.
I have.
I have in videos, I'm saying in real life, I've never seen that actually happen, because if you're holding the gun and you're being taught how to shoot it, or you're trying, practicing at the range, basic info, here's what you do.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, if I'm doing this, then that means I'm too close, I'm not, full freaking proper aiming.
Yeah. Which,
So-
yeah, and I always held the gun like that. Instead of holding like this, I was like...
Yeah, but I mean, the
extension
part
of
where
your arm.
somebody's like, oh, it's not got a big back because you're holding it too close to your face. No, the gun made me bleed. And you didn't shoot yourself. That means you're a dumbass. Or like the guns where you gotta hold it in your shoulder. You gotta hold it right, but have a loose enough shoulder so that when it comes back, you're not breaking bone and just fucking yourself up.
Yeah, what's funnier is that I was sitting there shooting the gun. I was shooting it rapid fire, and I realized that the gun itself will stop shooting if you try to shoot it too fast. Like if you go,
Or if
pow,
you run
pow,
out
pow.
of bullets, yeah.
Yeah, but like the gun actually itself would stop shooting. Like I would press the trigger and nothing would happen, so I had to wait like a good 5 seconds, and then I could pull it again.
I don't think it was fast. I just think you were clicking it too fast. Click one, click one. Click.
I was trying to pull like you know those spy movies where they go. Pew, pew, pew. I was trying to mess around.
No,
with
I did that with my gun. It's just like, let's see how fast I can do this. Pa-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I found one bullet that didn't shoot. Okay, put that one back in.
Yep.
Pop. When I was at the range.
Yeah, I was trying to pull like one of those James Bond movies, but I understood that the movie
But
is
see,
different.
No. See, here's the reality in the movie. They're shooting so fast, so stupidly. Don't deal with that. I'm gonna leave them alone. Because the situation is they got their sleeping meds.
Yep.
Close the door, please.
Come on, bedtime.
The lunacy. But yeah, no. TPAW likes. He enjoyed the experience, and that's a good thing. Cause no offense, as an American, if you don't know how to, you need to learn to. 1, 2. No, Dave. Don't be pushing buttons and stuff. He's gonna come back and sit on you, dumbass. The cat just jumped in T-Paw's chair. But anywho, I don't know. My brain is, the Constitution says I can own one, I'm allowed to have one, so case by that. But I also think in this country, the United States of America, we need to teach, like what I've learned that they do in some of the Norwegian, I think it's Sweden and possibly one of the other ones up there. Not sure. I think it's Poland. Don't quote me on that. I have to double check my facts on that one because I heard it from somebody who lives in that area that they learned when they were young. It was part of schooling, and I think as a member of the United States, or as a member of the United States of America, that should be taught in school, because if you get taught how to shoot a gun and what the outcome is if you shoot somebody else by them showing videos at a younger age, or like middle school, high school, between the grade of like 8 up, if they show that and teach the kids that, then it will be a thing that, because you know what it does, and because you've been taught in school, you can own a gun, but you probably, with the statistics on how it looks in those countries, is those are the countries that have the least amount of gun violence in crimes, and just in general too. So I mean, that's what I would like to do if and whenever I become president of the United States of America. That would be something I would want to put into the school for all 50 plus states, because we need to take Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands from territories, turn them into states like we did with Hawaii and Alaska and a whole bunch of other places that became states. Because there's enough people living there that it should be a state, not just a territory. Because if we're going to go with territory, well, technically DC is a territory, it's not a state, so technically you shouldn't have to pay DC taxes. when you file your taxes, because it's not a state, so you shouldn't have to file state taxes in that province, in my opinion. So, but that's a little fun fact. Let's go, because we keep talking about 48 laws of power. Let me see if I can. No, not that. All. Thank you. Give me a minute. Pause. Give me a second. I want to find a rule that we can go over. Here's a funny one.
Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Judgment. Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, or they are easily aroused to envy. They also become spoiled and tyrannical. But hire a former enemy, and he will be more loyal than a friend, because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more to fear from friends than from enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them.
That kind of goes into the soundbite. I can be the good guy or the bad guy, but I prefer to be the bad guy because then I know how you actually feel about me. And then when I'm bad guys, the people who hate me become my fans. So I need more haters. Well, no, I was going over Rule 2.
Oh.
The first,
First thing
40
I hear when I
seconds
come
of it.
back in here is, I need more haters.
Well, I mean, I do. Because it was saying at the very beginning, I figured we just, I'd let it play. Because it's the never put too much trust in friendship and friends. Learn how to use enemies.
Dave.
He says, I don't give two shits, dude. I'm not the other bitch. The one who wants to be seen on camera. But it was talking about you can never trust your friends because at any point they could turn around and backstab you.
Yeah.
Because they have a chance to get what you already have.
Yeah.
So it's the thing is if you don't have enemies, make enemies. That was the last little snippet he said right before I paused it.
Yeah, I remember that. Which rule was that again?
Number 2.
That's right. Okay.
It was Law 2.
Yeah. Which is for free on Audible, by the way. I think it's still free.
Is it still?
I think it's still free.
We'd have to check on somebody else's account.
Yeah, the whoever sells the audiobooks should just sponsor us at this point.
I would love that. Because it's no longer free. Now it's only $10.99. And yes, buy it. It's just good information to learn.
Yeah.
And it's good historical facts for the people who learning about historical facts and well, this, and this happened in the United States. What year was that?
Right.
Who did that? Well,
Yeah.
such and such did it this year. It was this general or this douchebag or, whatever their little factoids is. It's well, that was a new fact I didn't know. Thank you for informing me and telling me about that.
Yep.
I always love it when I can learn new factoids. But if it's not proven or disproven, it's well, this is what everybody says it is, but what it actually is this, because this is what actually happened.
Yeah.
That's what's the name of the jackass who gets all the credit for telling all of the 13 colonies that the English are here?
Yeah.
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere, yeah.
But yet he only went halfway. He only did 6 or 7 of the colonies. He didn't do all 13. Somebody else rode their horse all through the night and did all 13. But because Paul Revere, the English are here, rhymes, he gets the credit for it.
Yeah.
That's kind of that bullshit I hate.
Yeah.
It's here's what happened. Actually, that's not what happened. What you learn in elementary school, junior high, or middle school, and high school, 90% of it for history is bullshit.
Yeah.
How do you know it's bullshit? Because if you go talk to the people who know about all the facts, including the ones that nobody ever gets taught about in 90% of the school system, or 90% in general, when you go to look up the facts, you don't get those facts because that's not what's on the internet, because that's not what's popular.
Yeah.
We're only going to tell you what you need to know to support the government, whatever your government is. But I mean, I'm talking about from the U.S. of A.
Yes,
that's
the
where I live.
American government.
Yeah, but
America.
America. Click, click. What'd you say? What are your intentions with my daughter, boy? But I mean, it's those fun little factoids like that that I love.
Yeah.
It's the no. This is what you were taught in school, but here's the actual facts. It's like, ooh, something new to add to my. Actually, what you think is complete bullshit. Here's the truth. A little list of shit I have. Because you've heard me. Because we've talked about things. I'm like, no. That's just what they tell you. Here's what actually happened. And you're like, wait, what? Look it up. Find it.
Yeah.
It's on the internet because somebody's like, yeah, no, here's the actual facts, the shit they don't tell you.
There's like a plethora of history that is not told about or written.
We see the clock.
What's in the way?
Your water jug.
Oh. But like there's an entire like plethora of history that
it's not even just history, it's
like
historical knowledge.
Not uncovered or not talked about, that is not put in the history books. The only thing you really know from the history books is who won, who got to tell the story, or whatever the historian got to collect.
That's like some of the stuff with like China and things. Some of the stuff that's in the 48 Laws of Power. It's the stuff they were telling at the beginning about some of the Chinese emperors, or how it went from being a Chang Nong, just portion to the country of China.
Yeah.
And how one guy put them together and said, no, we are a whole country. We're not just little like kings separated and we all just have our chunk of land. No, I want us all to be united under one.
Yep.
I said, you all fight and I beat you all, and now everybody's under my rule. We are China. This is what we are.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. That's what I like. It's the and that's the issue we're dealing with the U.S. and in other places in the world too. Well, it's you versus me. No. We're all Earthlings. We're all Homo sapiens, and we're all also brain. Where's the word?
Human.
Well, no. It's the N word. The other
Neanderthal?
human. Yeah, Neanderthal. Because if you check anybody's genetics for the Neanderthal genes, there is, it's like 90 to almost 100% of all Homo sapiens have Neanderthal genetics.
Yeah.
So it's like we're literally just the mixing pool of everything that was Homeo that didn't grow fur on their body anymore.
Yeah.
Because I always love these things where, no, what they did was they mixed our genetics. They added in their genetics as a divine being.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the, the old gods, the Anunnaki, the Anu, and there's a couple. I got a short about it. I don't know if I put it on here. If I did, it will come up and we'll discuss it.
Yep.
About how they're called different stuff in different regions, and I'm like, yeah, that's like my theory. It's all the same assholes, but everywhere they're called something different. And you always have, this guy's supposed to be the good guy, this guy's supposed to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Why is he the bad guy? Because he's in charge of the underworld. Okay. Isn't that where you believe your heaven is? That's not the point. Yeah, it is. Because if you believe the underworld is where your heaven and hell are from your religious point of view, whatever your pagan or Wiccan or whatever your religious view is, then doesn't that make you a level 1 worshiper because you believe that there is a place that is like the Christian heaven in hell? Because hell's supposed to be part of the underworld?
Right.
Just a thought.
Yeah, because everyone assumes that heaven is up, and that's what you're taught as a child. When you're taught anything about spirituality.
Well, it's somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. You go up, technically that's not a direction. You keep going, you go into the stars, and all that fun
What
shit.
is even more confusing is when you grow up as a small child and you are around people who have some sort of religious or spiritual foundation.
You're brainwashed into your parents' beliefs.
Right. But what I'm saying is you, as a child,
you weren't taught.
I was so confused when I learned about astrology. Like, when I say astrology, I don't mean horoscopes. When I learned about planets,
You
I
mean
learned about space, and I learned about the atmosphere.
Astrophysics and all
for
that
the planet
fun
and stuff.
shit, and how everything supposedly works.
And how,
which is all bullshit.
How when you get outside the planet, heaven is nowhere to be found.
It's not in the clouds. But see, there's the thing though. If it was an omnipotent being,
yeah,
and they made this planet, that means they don't live here. We've gone over this, and this is sometimes I get 20 minutes into it, you start passing out. It's the thing of, you can't claim God is a part of this world, because if you do, one, you're an idiot. Because how can you create a world where you exist?
Well, they always paint, like, there's pictures in the living room downstairs of, clouds and harps and fairies and the angels or whatever, and then you got Jesus, and when you go to the church, and there's, like, different interpretations of heaven,
see,
and it's all cloudy and gates and curly stuff.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because that's a mortal or a generational viewpoint. Because Catholicism's like, no, this is what it is. Shut the fuck up. So everybody else just had to, okay, let everybody make their pretty pictures. This is what you think it'll look like. This is this. And there's been certain prophets in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that have said, this one's the closest picture to the real thing. This one is the closest picture to what I've seen from what I've been shown that is going to happen. This is the closest, thing that's been drawn or painted. It's as close as you can get to reality. But it's like, it's as close as our minds can put it together.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, the way your mind puts together what you're being told is too small. Because if you look at it from a human or Homo sapien or Earthling, we'll just go with Earthling. With the Earthling point of view, because we're in this small rock, with a small sun, in the infinite enormity of the cosmos.
Of the universe, yeah.
No, not the universe. The universe is the Milky Way. The cosmos is everything else.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got the galaxy, the cosmic galaxy, as you call it, are we called the Milky Way galaxy?
We are in the Milky Way galaxy.
That's right.
The issue is, there are other galaxies around us.
Yeah.
But with as many Earth-sized planets with Earth-sized suns that are in the Milky Way galaxy as around, I heard this just the other day, 180 billion.
Really?
Or 100 billion. So it was between 100 billion and 180 billion.
Of, like, planets?
Planets that are Earth-sized with an Earth-like sun in a similar type universe.
Huh. Similar type of galaxy?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Similar type of little, like, just solar system.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And nowhere will you find heaven.
No. Here's the funny part. If you think about it, how far away would it be and where would it be? It would be at the center of the universe, because if the omnipotent being that created and started this whole existence, where would he live? At the center. So that way he can go out and just keep creating and making more planets with more Earthlings everywhere.
Is the universe truly infinite, or is that only based on our interpretation?
No, see, the issue is, what you think is infinite is still too small. Infinite means forever.
Yeah.
The human mind cannot comprehend how technically huge infinite is. Because we always try to put stuff into a box or a picture.
Yeah, we try to put in a prism of our reality and our perception.
of your thoughts.
Yeah.
How you see things. But the issue is, it's so big, there's no way to calculate it. That's like what I was saying a couple weeks back when you were starting to fall asleep. About how somebody said, well, if the universe is infinite old, and there's infinite amount of space and infinite universes and infinite stars and galaxies out there, the whole sky would be white. And I said, but that's not the case, because we can only see so far away when the light gets here as stars.
Yeah.
You go far enough out, by the time it gets to us, the star that we're looking at is dead, and the new one pops up, but it's been dead for 1 million years already. So what we're seeing is infinitely dead and older than our comprehension can grasp.
Talking about like the dying star?
I'm talking about everything.
Oh.
It's the, here's what we know. Here's our viewpoint on the universe. When the universe is doing this, so the viewpoint shouldn't be here. The viewpoint should be, you can't contain it. The box is, there is no box. It keeps going.
Well, see, and then when you said we were talking about the center of the universe, and where God...
That's where they believe the biggest black hole, and that's why everything in the Milky Way does this around the biggest thing.
But introduce the concept of a center of the universe. That also means there's got to be a limit to the universe.
No, it doesn't.
I don't compute.
Okay. Nothing can 100% be destroyed, because you cannot destroy it. Because if you destroy it, it's still there, it's just in a different form. So every time a star blows up, it pushes out energy and stuff like hydrogen and all the stuff that makes up the stars, all the elements. It shoves it out at the speed of light. So it goes everywhere. It creates new stars. It creates new universes because it smashes into itself, makes another star, which means rocks start to collect because of the magnetic pull, so they can't fly away because there's a new star. So it stops and it starts collecting. Stops, starts collecting. Stops, start collecting. That's like them talking about, I saw this thing where it was talking about Jupiter. It's the gas giant, right? But for all that gas to be contained in the center, the gas, or there has to be something that is such a solid and holds so much gravity that it's holding all that gas in that bubble, in the circular sphere form.
Yeah, because if it's pure gas, then it should just like fly everywhere, right?
It should be like some of the what's the word for it?
Because
it's not galaxy. It's I'm trying to remember, because they talk about it in Star Trek about we're coming up on this thing and it's this big gas with all this stuff in it. It could have planets and stuff, but we don't know.
Yeah.
The Aurora Borealis or something.
Aurora Borealis sounds familiar.
But I mean, it's not that. But I mean, it's basically a big gas giant freaking clusterfuck of material from a star that's blown up or planets that's ran into each other, and we can't see everything that's in it because it's just a giant bubble of
and I
stuff.
think the teacher back then, when they were teaching about planets, and they did that a lot in high school and pretty much school in
elementary.
It's just talk about planets and shit. And
I always said
I just kind of accepted what they said when they said that.
I never accepted anything.
Well, that's the thing is I'd ask questions, right? But like at the end of the day, all they could tell you was what they've been told about facts and science.
Oh, I sat down
logic.
with the teacher when we went over that sort of stuff.
But like, how does Jupiter
class,
stay intact?
And ask questions
a gas giant?
And ask so much stuff. They're like, I have not a clue. The questions you're asking is beyond the education I have been given. You need to go talk to somebody in university or higher up.
Yeah.
That's above my knowledge. Basically above my pay grade and brain.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up on the internet and see...
They say they don't know because if they... Neil deGrasse Tyson made a comment. We don't know because once you go so far down, the gas gets so dense, it's like hitting a planet, and we've never been able to send, because we tried once to send a satellite in to see the inside, but it was so dense, it's like being at the bottom of the Mariana chaotic trench
What makes
where it just gets crushed.
so this is
The satellite gets crushed, so we'd never get the signal back. We have no clue.
Cora says, what makes Jupiter stay together as a gas and not disappear into the galaxy? It stays together by the gravity. Another example of this are the sun and other stars. They are formed by gases, hydrogen and helium, and they stay together because of the gravity between the particles.
Ah, but see, here's the thing. It gets so dense. What do the particles do? They combine. They make bigger particles. What's the next one down from helium?
So
Hydrogen. And then you just keep going. You go down far enough,
yeah,
basically to the center of it, it compresses. You compress enough because the sun's a giant fusion reaction.
does Jupiter ever get bigger or smaller, or does it stay the same?
If you look before the moon came into the orbit of the Earth, way back when, in the old saints, when they did drawings and paintings and stuff, before the moon was in any picture because it wasn't around, before it got put into place, is what a lot of people speculate. I'll go with that because I've heard it. It's the thing of, we don't know. We can't find out. We don't have the technology to look because we're still at dumbass level in the universe. We are the or the ding 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 howdy. No, just think about this. If we're the ding 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 hillbillies
Right.
of the entire like Milky Way, how shitty is that? What does that say for us? How shitty is that for us? We're the hillbillies. We're so stupid. We can't figure out how to make or combine metals or make metals
Yeah.
with what we have on our planet or in the asteroid belt, which we should be able to go to and mine at this day and age with as fast as technology has advanced.
Yeah.
That we should have the capabilities to do things that we don't do. But here's the funny part. Other people have said we do them. That's where the black ops and secret government that runs the government
Yeah.
and all the secret projects, that's where the technology already is. They just don't tell us about it. We already have the technology to create our own flying saucers because we already have. Now, whether anybody wants to admit or deny that, that's a whole different discussion all within itself.
Yeah.
But the capability of the human mind, of where we could actually go, if we let go of all of our bullshit, and it was like your bills would be paid for the rest of your life, you don't have to worry about it. Come work for us and help us figure out how to make this thing that seems impossible, and you reverse engineer it from something that crashed from an extraterrestrial. But the funny part is, they're not the hillbillies of the universe, so they didn't have to reverse engineer it because they already knew how to do it, and they weren't fuck-ups and sinners like us, so it's an automatic, okay, kid, we know what to do.
So, my question now is, all the aliens that the government is now leaking information about, do they come
just to
from
think about it
Jupiter,
this way.
or do they come from
It's
Mars?
the end of the world is coming. Now we're just going to tell you all about it, fuck it.
Like, do the aliens come from Jupiter, do they come from Mars, or do they come from an entirely different system?
You see, there's the thing. That goes into my comment I've made before. Every god that has ever existed or gotten the title of God because they've been taught or learned the power has one fuck-up world. We're that fuck-up world. And it goes into my other theory where Joe Rogan has said, yes, but somebody else is doing this thing that you're doing right now or has already done it a million years previously on another world a gazillion light years away. You know what that is? That's the one fucked up world in every universe.
Yeah.
Not just the ones we can see, the ones that are so far out there we can't see. This has been going on since the beginning of existence. And who brought it to the beginning of existence? Whichever jackass figured out how to become God first. You go far enough back, because you can't.
Yeah.
There's an infinite backwards, so there's an infinite amount of gods. Like I was talking about, the God the Father, what we consider God the Father, and Jesus, God the Son, the one who created this world. Because we're the fuck-up world. So if his father made a screw-up world like what this one is, then his father created us in an alternate universe or dimension where the exact same shit happened. Me telling you this has happened before. You marrying my sister has always happened. The thing that makes our universe weird is all these Mandela effects. And I like what Metaphysical said about it. One of the guys on it said, what if all these Mandela effects are all of the, well, I could have done this or I could have done this.
Yeah.
But the end happening all comes back to the same. So we're combining with ourselves from alternate timelines. That's why we're all remembering different things. That's where the Mandela effect comes in. And only 80% or only like 50 or 30% remember this Mandela effect. Nobody else does. Because they come from a slightly altered timeline, which is now merging, and we're all merging because it's almost the end of time. Judgment for everybody.
Yeah, and I know that in 2012 there was supposed to be the end of the world based on the Mayan calendar.
But what if it was? It was the end of the world, as in
there was a study or
it was the last step.
Theory post
right
that someone
before we
made
came to the end of the world.
that a lot of things changed between 2012 and now 2023, and a lot of it's the effect of the Mandela effect.
A lot of the stuff that
shit actually
is
did end.
called Mandela effect started in 2012. Like one of the guys in Metaphysical, his name's John. He's a remote viewer. That's what he does. Him and his team, they remote view situations. You have to back up. You scoot more forward, motherfucker.
I'm only scooting more forward so that I don't get off camera.
Yeah, you're. Yeah, I gotta scoot backwards because you're like hitting my feet. I don't like being in tight spaces unless it's a woman. But anywho, what was his name?
Something about metaphysicist and
Metaphysical, and the guy whose
Mandela
name is
effect.
John, and we were talking about Mandela effects.
Yes.
And he's the one who was talking about that. Like, it's
Yeah.
all just coming. And he was saying he used to be able to know if he was going to do something, if that would go to where he wanted it to.
Yeah.
The outcome would be what he wanted it or not. He got little premonitions for the future. And I made a comment on their video that's saying, actually, since 2012, I've known everything that's going to happen from fucking jump. That's when I started getting my, this is going to happen this way. Okay, I'm going to sit back and watch the show. Like all the stuff I tell you, you're like, how do you see it? I don't know. I just see it. I calculate it. It's instant knowledge.
Yeah, it's interesting because Cornelia does the same shit.
Yeah.
She keeps saying it's from past lives, but
I don't think it is.
Part of me now is thinking maybe it's from that Mandela effect shit with the alternate timeline.
Well, it's the alternate timelines colliding. But were some people who used to be able to, because it was their own timeline, it wasn't combined timeline from other, we can just say alternate universes or alternate realities.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you can tell after the 2012, doesn't that mean that you've always been on the same timeline? You were always going to do this because you've known. But when 2012 hit, the people who could tell and get the premonitions before no longer get reliable premonitions. Doesn't that mean that you were actually always supposed to be here? Always supposed to be in the reality, or you're doing what you've always supposed to be doing because you're still heading in the way that you foresee that yourself and other people around you are going to do, whether they or yourself at the time when you first realize it didn't think of until that moment.
It's like a fixed point in time.
You are the fixed point. Like me, I'm the fixed point. Why? Because I see this is what could happen. But with the way people are and the way they act, whether they realize it or not, this is what's going to happen. Hey, look, a year passed, it happened.
Yeah.
Like, I foresaw what is happening to me in my household 10 years ago.
Huh.
And when it started to happen, I told the other person, no, never. I would never. This will never happen.
Yeah,
you won't listen to what I say. I disregard anything you've ever said. Which she's proven she's a liar because she's said stuff and then she's contradict her and flip the whole goddamn script on what she believed and said, and doesn't follow any of those rules she set for herself and us as a set anymore.
Yeah, the boundaries and shit, all the things that...
That's like me. I knew I was supposed to marry my first wife.
Yeah.
There was a reason for it. What did it teach me? How to deal with my current situation. It was a learning moment for me.
Yeah.
And I knew it was. I kept on my true path. I am right where I need to be. It's weird when you know that sort of thing. It's like, no, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm right where I'm needed. I knew when I needed to come to Utah, Mom, Dad, Amber, Todd, aka Liz, Robin, Nephi. I knew I needed to come back into their lives to get me where I needed to be. To also get them where they needed to be spiritually and mentally and physically.
Yeah.
I knew what my goal was and what my path was from day one. If I'd actually kept with my original run my mouth, I'm never going to get married. One, I wouldn't have my 2 kids.
Yeah.
2, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And where I am right now is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because everything's coalescing. Because I think if I wouldn't have done what I did, it'd have set off to a different timeline. And then, none of this would be where it is. You would have never met Amber because the situation would have been different. Todd would have never been Todd. Todd would still be Liz in some way. Robin wouldn't be where she is. Nephi wouldn't be with his current situation.
Yeah.
Everything would be different. And I know that personally because I followed the steps and the energy the way I knew it needed to go. That's like me leaving the church. Why did I do that? That's what needed to happen. If I had stayed in the church, I know what would have happened. It would not have been a good outcome for the rest of my siblings. I'd have been fucking just Jesus Christ sitting on my fat ass, smoking a blunt, not giving 2 shits, and be probably 10 times better off.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be where it should be. I've seen this stuff since way back in the day. I never got confirmation until around 2012 when I said something was going to happen and everybody told me I was full of shit, and then it happened. I'm like, confirmation, I'm not full of shit. I've known this from jump.
Yeah.
I've always seen the outcomes, but I've always seen multiple outcomes. Now, there are no more multiple outcomes. I see a straight path. This is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
There is no other thing. It is what it is.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I felt similar echoes in my own life because this last year you've heard like elements of it where like not only do I question where I'm at, but I also like I'm seeing echoes of like between 2012 2010ish, like that gap of time all the way to now. There were times where like I'd be in a moment or I'd be in a day or something and I would feel like this weird echoing sensation where I had been there before. Or like I'd got like this this flash in my head, like an image of flash in my head where like I'm like, okay, so this happened before?
Once every 2 to 3 years. That used to happen to me. Now I get it every fucking day. Once a week. I get it all the time.
Yeah.
For me, it's a constant. It's like I knew that wasn't gonna happen. This is fucking weird.
Like, it may sound weird, but like when I was like 11 or 12 years old, my dad and I would have gone on a hike. And this is before a bunch of other shit happened during my childhood.
Yep.
That like we were on a hike, and the hike took us on 2 separate areas. We eventually merged again, but that whole separation right there, I had this weird sensation, and it was like this. It was like the Force talking to me or something. Or like
Mother Nature,
or a spiritual, or if you're spiritual, like you think it's God or something else, telling me that my dad and I are going to end up on completely different paths, or that there's going to be a rift or going to be a separation of pathways. And now look where we're at. That's exactly what happened. Like
But
that
see,
entire thing.
in those moments, the weird part is most people don't realize that's what they're feeling. But I feel like this is gonna happen. You know what? I'll ignore it because I'm not gonna worry, or I'm not gonna try to stop it, or whatever. What'll happen will happen. It is what it is, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But my thing is with the it is what it is no, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to stay. Stuff will shift a little bit here and there. This is the constant.
Like,
You'll get to where you're supposed to go when you're supposed to get there.
yeah, it's the interesting part also is that, like, even after some of the initial trial runs of me coming over here and hanging out at this house, and then coming back to my dad's house, and then having everybody, like, doubt me dating your sister and stuff, like, there was something
Everybody doubted
going
it
on.
but me. I knew the outcome. Oh, I know. I already knew the outcome.
Like,
I didn't know how many kids you had. I'm like, we'll go to 3 to 5. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, I was honestly, like, not sure if I would even continue it at all because of how I was being treated and stuff. But then I'm like, something's telling me that I need to keep going. Something's telling me that
There's
I need to
a
push
reason.
on. Yeah, like, I was getting
Because think about
urged.
it. If you'd have left, or
Yeah.
she'd have left,
Right,
we wouldn't be as good as friends we are.
right.
The bullshit that happened to me, I'd have been dealing with it in a whole... Well, I'd be dealing with it the same way, but I wouldn't have somebody else to
Right.
talk to, shoot the shit.
Right.
Have my goofy time where I can just relax and just shoot the shit,
Yeah.
like we always do.
Yep.
It'd have been a whole different dynamic.
Yeah.
It'd have been a little worse for some people, not me, because I've known what's, like I said, since I think it was a hair before 2012. But I mean, when everybody's like, the world's gonna end, I just sat back and went, no, it's not. But I'm gonna watch you fuckers act like a bunch of idiots, just like y'all did with Y2K. But this is gonna be 10 times worse. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't show the emotions. I just sit back and watch the show, or I just sit back and go, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I already know what the outcome's going to be. That's like what the situation like we were talking about with the Twitter bullshit.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it earlier. I brought it up, but either who. It's the thing of, I knew what the outcome was. I was tired of seeing you be the frustrated you were with the situation. I'm like,
So I like
let's
it when-
have fun.
I like it when people are happy. I like it when there's no drama, and I like it when everyone's able to party it up, hang out, chill out, enjoy themselves. I don't like drama, and I don't like,
I
you know,
hate drama, but I
I
mean,
don't like the confliction of politics. I don't like the power struggles. I especially don't like it when someone decides to talk to me, to you, instead of talking to you directly, because then it makes me have to stress out about it, because then I'm like, oh shit, like, let's make sure that I don't fuck this up, and, you know.
but see, as soon as you told me that situation was happening, I'm like, okay, we finally went full circle. I'm here again.
Yeah. Like, that's
Because
the
I
whole
knew
thing.
that was going to be the outcome, so I'm like, yes, no. Thomas has, or TPAW has invited me to a couple of these spaces, a couple times. I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to throw my lunacy out there. See who likes it, who gets pissed, who gets butthurt, who wants to fuck.
Yeah.
No, that's my whole outcome. Who hates me, who loves me, who wants to rape or fuck my ass, and who's just like, what the fuck did he say? I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah.
That's like my whole goal in life. I throw it out there, the soundbite, or just random bullshit that pops into my head. Let's see what the outcome is. Let's see who agrees. Let's see what the arguments are against me. And let's
Yeah.
see if they can actually prove their point. Because if I can argue that their argument is part of my argument, which proves me right,
Yeah.
then how stupid do they look for not fully thinking it all the way through?
Yeah.
And I love that one. That was all the more fun. Well, what if they tried to shoot you? Oh, they're going to try to kill me. Oh, that'll be fun. Then I'll become a martyr, or they'll fail. And then I will be a living martyr. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Because
I remember the guy in the hot tub when I said, well, if they shoot me, they shoot me. Either I die or I don't. If I don't, it's 10 times better. If I do, they're fucked still.
Yeah.
And he went, wait, what?
Yeah, well, people get weirded out whenever you say stuff in general.
Well, but I mean, it was his argument to me saying what I'd said
Yeah.
about trying to become president or higher,
Yeah.
To try to fix the system and the whole world with the me versus you bullshit.
Yeah.
And well, what if somebody does this? Well, either I'll be dead or I'll survive, and they'll know I'm unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because that's like what Tate did. It's like, oh, you survived your bullets. Guess what? I'm more popular now. Hee hee. Then they tried to throw him in jail. Then he got out. Now they're trying to press him with stuff, and it's going to go to court. What's going to happen when it goes to court? It's probably going to get disproven, and he's going to be like, haha, told you I didn't do anything. I'm free. Fuck off.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I think a lot of people's opinions on Tate is very maligned by bias and how they feel about him.
Well, a woman said it. Do we all remember Amber Heard? What about this woman who said this to this guy, got him fired, and then a year later said, oh, no, I was just doing that to ruin his life.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't fuck or date me. And it's like, she admits it, but the guy still got screwed and kicked out of college. Or the guy got screwed and basically thrown in jail or whatever the situation had, but yet nobody went to fix it after the situation happened.
Yep.
Or all these guys who get proven that they didn't kill the person or rape the person that blamed them or that everybody thought they did it to, they had nothing to do with the situation. It's been proven after years and years of them being in jail. I mean, I see it constantly popping up that, oh yeah, this person who was in jail for a decade has actually finally been proven to be innocent. It's like, you fuckers took a decade?
What's even more funny is the fact that he's not even in prison in America.
He's not in prison in general. They told him that he was officially being charged, so he's stuck at home.
He was in a prison in Romania, which has nothing even to do with America. And
No,
yet,
see,
and
the
yet
bad part
America
is
and all these
he's
other
an
countries are
American
obsessed with
citizen
him.
and an English or British citizen, UK citizen. Did either one of those countries say, hey, you can't put him in jail, he's one of ours? No. Wash my hands.
Yeah.
Do we have any proof he actually did nothing? Actually, we have proof it's the exact opposite, that he did exactly nothing.
Yep.
I'm still not going to touch it with a 20,000-foot pole because I'm not getting burnt by accident, just in case. What are you, bunch of fucking pussies? What the hell? All these old assholes who won't do shit, or the assholes that are actually in charge, who run all the money and control everything. Like, he's trained to help the world be better. If you play it properly, he could actually be a really good benefit if you know how to, instead of making him look like Satan on earth, which he's not, make him look like an angel and make it so that way if anybody agrees or is part of his group, look, here's some free shit we're going to do for you. If you're trying to buy everybody's soul, why don't you do it without actually showing your hand?
Yeah.
Because he's even said they showed their hands and tried to get me to sell my soul. He said no. So they threw him under the bus. Or tried to shoot him, like he was saying with the whole cancel him thing. And then he just popped back up like ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you shot all your bullets. Now what, bitch? I'm still here. So they tried to throw him in jail. Bop, bop, I'm still here, motherfucker.
The sad part is that whole thing comes down to not even the people that may or may not have been hurt by any of the actions caused. It has more to do with the internet's perverted sense of self-importance.
It's not even the internet. Think about it this way. The
battle of
internet
wits.
is how everybody learned about it or saw the snippets cut and taken out of context, which is the entire internet. 99% of it.
Yep.
But see, the funny part is, nobody ever tried to correct or fix. I mean, even just Pearly Things has said it. She got triggered the first time she saw something that was his, but it was only like a 2-3 minute clip.
Yeah.
1 to 2 minute clip. And then when she did her research, went back and watched the whole broadcast that they cut that 1 minute clip out of, what it makes him look like he's saying is not what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah.
And that's what I think's funny. I saw it. I laughed because I saw in the face and in his persona that he was putting on for the broadcast, I saw the truth behind it in his eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's just being a jackass because somebody said something stupid, so he mouthed off.
Yeah.
And didn't know he was going to become famous because they were going to cut it and everybody threw it out.
Yeah.
These were people, I'm betting, who signed up for his program to become rich because he's teaching people how to become rich in the current economy and the current situation with the way the world is with the internet.
Yep.
Somebody knew it would make him famous, but the either idiot or they didn't think it through is they put it out there and actually make him look like Lucifer and the bad guy, Lex Luthor. We'll go with that because he likes to shave his head. They made him look like Lex Luthor when he's actually like not Lex Luthor. He's like Batman, but he doesn't wear a mask. That's the only difference.
How is he like Batman?
I'm Batman, who knows how to take out everybody, but just stands there a regular human. But yet the regular human can take out and kill everybody with superpowers just for shits and giggles.
So now he knows.
They've tried to take him out. He knows how to discredit and throw them under the rug and basically light them on fire and let them all look like idiots while they're trying to make him look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's literally the Batman in the scenario because no matter what they throw at him, okay, bitch, have fun with that fire you just lit. That's like the whole fucking thing. No matter what they do to him, because he knows it's coming. Next step. Look at how stupid you look. I told you they'd do this. Look at these fucking idiots.
So he's kinda.
But he does the Batman thing with the arrogance or the especially on screen, the bravado of the Flash. I have to be showy. I have to looky me sort of
I can
thing.
see a weird love child between the Flash and maybe Robin or Nightwing.
I'd say Batgirl, but same thing.
Batgirl. Andrew Tate is Batgirl. That is canon now.
No. The child of Flash and Batgirl
Oh, okay.
has the superpowers and the energy that Flash has, but the stoicism of the Bat family that has been taught to all the Bat family offlings,
Yeah.
children and whatnot.
I think I like Andrew Tate as Batgirl better.
I know you did, because that's a joke, and somebody's gonna cut this and throw it up on a short. Just remember, if you do, I want half the money you make off it, cocksucker.
You know, it's like, no, it'd be super funny as if like we had.
You could cut it,
yeah,
and then we could put it up as
yeah.
shorts on your channel. All I gotta say is, I want half the profits.
like headlines would be like, Andrew Tate is now cast as Batgirl, and people would be like, wait, what? And it's just some off-brand fucking comment we made on a podcast.
I bet you could cut that as a clip.
Yep.
And it just make it hilarious. He's like Batman, but with the Flash's bravado. The Flash, well, you talking about mix it together. Okay, we'll say Flash and Batgirl. He's Batgirl? No, that's... And you cut it off right there. No!
Yep.
And then to watch the full episode, it's the tag comment.
In the news this week, James Gunn has cast Andrew Tate as Batgirl, a transgender actor.
Well, no, he made fun of transgender because
I know, that's what makes it so
yeah,
funny.
He made it. No. Now I'm the most famous woman ever Googled.
Yep.
I love how he threw that out there on one of the interviews I sent you, and it's like, you funny fuck.
Yep.
Because for me, that was just hilarity. I'm like, nice joke. Because you could see it.
Yeah.
If you can't see it in his body language and the way he talks with his eyes,
Yeah.
everybody's blind on what he's doing. And people are actually paying attention. I like it, because people who pay attention, no. Y'all didn't see what he did? Y'all didn't notice this? Hello, are y'all paying attention to what he's actually doing or saying? God, y'all are idiots. That's like Just Pearly Things. She went on, I can't remember, I have to look at her channel, but she just got basically on a news channel, a guy's show, and it was her versus the feminist, and the feminist went at her, and she's like, but you can't say that because that's not facts.
Yeah.
But he said, well, they're calling you now female Andrew Tate. She's like, oh, I'll take that compliment, thank you. Wait, what? Oh yeah, no. At first, he triggered me too, and then I did the check and looked at the full broadcast and saw what he's talking about how it's all bullshit. Everybody's trying to throw him under the rug, but yet what he actually said was not to the detriment of women, it was to the benefit. Here's how you improve it. You don't do this, you don't do that. Well, what about this thing? It was part of a story, and they cut out a 1 minute clip out of a freaking 10-minute story.
Yeah.
Or a 5-minute story. Because he's retold the story here recently on some of that stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, of course they did, dumbasses.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you said this, and it had to do with this situation. I was talking to this person, this was da 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 da, and he gives all the facts, and then it's like, I feel like a dumbass because you are. But he doesn't say because you are. He just smiles at the idiot. Because you can see them going, and he just goes, and tries to carry on.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. Do it. Because you'd made the comment that, or I'd brought it up, because you'd also made the comment that you said, let them cancel me. This ain't even my fucking account, bitches.
Yep.
And I'm just like, and you made the comment, that sounds like some shit you said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff I've seen him here recently say, I'm just like, that sounds like shit I've said. or shit I've said that I heard somebody else say that I think is true. I've heard him regurgitate stuff, or he's like, I heard this, and he says it, I'm like, that sounds like slightly altered, because you know your brain alters it to make it sound better.
Yeah.
And because he's a professional on the screen, he makes it sound more better for the screen.
Screen savvy.
Yeah. So I listened to it, I'm like, that's like something I've said 2 or 3 times, just slightly older, so it's more screen playable.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole. You do watch or listen to Crazy Peaks. If he does, I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then I'm just throwing random fucking factoids out there. Let's see if we ever get a response.
If he does, then it's a Tateception.
Right? Or it's a Karnage-ception, because I said it, and he's like, yeah, I can do that, I'm rich. Yep. I just did it.
Now watch this, like, this next week, he talks about how he wants to play Batgirl.
I would laugh my ass off. Well,
It's
plus, that would be hilarious.
Then he goes, no, I want to play Wonder Woman or Wonder Man. It's like, there is no Wonder Man. Yeah, it is. There's a man version of Wonder Woman.
He actually might have here recently made a comment like that. I'd have to look at some of the stuff he's recently done that I've watched. No, but that would be hilarious.
Yes, it would be.
But I mean, it's just, and my other thought on it is, did he get it from me, hearing it from me, or somebody else heard me say it? Because, you know, you put it out and it went, you were saying we were getting more views in Indian.
Yep.
Over there in that side of the world. And my thought is, what if one of his buddies or somebody that lives in Romania heard it and showed it to him? And him not thinking about it. Or is the thing of, we think alike because we're the same jackass. The only difference is he figured out a way to make millions. Where he was able to, it was my same ideal, but I could never get females to back me so we could make millions.
Yeah.
Like he always talked about, he started with and got his first millions, him and his brother, with the cam industry. And I'm like, I've thought about that for years. I've just never had enough people, females, friends, that would actually go with me. It's nothing to do with sex. It's just, let's just make money.
Yeah.
And none of them would jump on it. He was able to do it because of where he already was as a 4-time martial arts champion.
Yeah.
He had a little bit better pull with these chicks because he already had some power. It just wasn't money power.
It was gravitas.
And then he got the money power.
Prestige and gravitas.
Uh-huh. And the money came afterwards. The only thing I didn't have was the prestige.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody went with it. And I find out he did the same thing 5 to 6 years after I thought it up and tried to get people to do it.
Yeah. In alternate universe, Karnage is Andrew Tate.
How do we say this? Yes, completely. Because he was born and raised for the first part of his life until his mom ran him off to the UK and Britain, England, whatever. Same thing. In New York. He's an East Coaster. Born and raised until I was the age of 9. Virginia. East Coaster. The vibes are the fucking same. We're the same jackass. I'm 40. He's 36. Almost 37.
Yeah. So he's just a few years shy of you.
Yeah. It's the thing of, we were the same jackass because we grew up in the same area and had the same type of father. The only difference is his father didn't have his head broken. Mine did.
Yeah.
So mine was a little bit more extreme than his was.
Yeah.
From my viewpoint. But some of the stuff he talks about his dad, loving his dad, understanding where his dad drew the line. But I was an only child till I was 10. I didn't have anybody else. He had his brother and his sister. His sister really doesn't like him, doesn't talk to him because her own personal bullshit, whatever. But it's the, I didn't have a brother a couple years older than me. I mean, younger than me. Like Nephi.
Yeah.
If Nephi would have been born, and Amber was born, me and Nephi, we'd be rich. Because it'd be the same thing as Andrew and Tristan Tate. It'd be the same fucking story, just two different brothers.
So do you blame Amber for your lack of...
No, I don't blame her. I'm just saying, if you look at the, like, because we were talking about, like, timelines and the difference in how it's that much off from the original timeline or something.
Yeah.
And it's all congregating into one timeline.
Yeah.
That's where all this Mandela effect and stuff is happening. What if Nephi would have been born? Russell would have got a second son. Then the question is, would he still have tried to make mom pregnant to have a girl so that way he had at least a boy and a girl?
Right.
And then it would have been Amber and he'd have stopped. So we wouldn't have the other two lunatics. The ones who are actually lunatics.
So Todd
and Amber would have been better off being the third child instead of the second child because she'd have Nephi's mentality, being the youngest one, but at the same time with her female brain.
Yeah.
So it's the Nephi mentality with Amber's, you know, loves and likes and all the stuff she enjoys.
The femininity of the woman's side of her, but with the
Nephi brain.
Brazen Nephi brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some days where I ask Nephi, I'm like,
how the hell are y'all fuckers related?
Yeah, like, yeah, no, I definitely do. And then I also ask him,
I
like,
see it.
Why can't you just upload your brain power to her, and then like Tim or Karnage do his version of that, and then suddenly now she's got like the brazen brain thing going on with her femininity.
It's because she's always been afraid. Because anytime she's been brazen, she's been beat down. Now, I got shipped off by Dad at 19 to Ohio. That's actually what fucked my life. If I'd have been left alone 2 to 3 years, or for another year, to try to get my shit together and get on a steady path, or been able to get into a few things to put myself on a better path, I'd have been 10 times better off in Oklahoma, and maybe the whole situation wouldn't have happened. I mean, I think they still would have came here, but I'd be a whole different person. Also. Because Oklahoma happening is also fucked up a whole bunch of shit.
That's what I heard from every one of the angles of the siblings. Is that Oklahoma really messed everybody up.
Well, it didn't mess everybody up. I'm just saying what happened before it is what fucked it all up.
Yeah.
I know that because I was there. It was before anybody else.
Yeah.
I would have been an only child my whole life because the way stuff worked out.
Yeah.
But I'd have been a whole different energy.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have left the church, or a few things would have happened the way they happened.
Hmm.
And I know that because I've actually looked at it over the years. I've actually meditated and I've gone backwards in time, and if this changed this way, or if this didn't happen, what would the outcome be?
Yeah.
I'd be 10 times better.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I've done that
Or
a few
if-
times.
Instead of being sent to Ohio with my dumbass aunt and his oldest brother, which was never there because he was always working his ass off, if Dad would have sent me here with Aunt Charlene, I would go on a mission. I'd be a million times better, and I wouldn't be in such a clusterfuck that I am.
Hmm.
Because they also know how to help and know the situation and how to help fight for disability, because they had to deal with it with their older son, who's only like a year or two older than me.
Yeah.
So I'd have came out here at 19. We'd have fought for my disability. I'd have started getting checks and then been shipped off on my mission in the United States, and then wherever I landed, this is where my new address is. I get more or less money depending on where I hit, and I have an account.
Yeah.
I make an account, the money gets dumped into it until I decide to move somewhere else or stay there after my mission.
Yeah.
I'd have been 10 times better off if I'd have been sent out here instead of to Ohio.
Yeah.
Because I'd have never met my ex-wife, and all the other shit that happened wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. You also wouldn't be informed also of how to deal with the current situation.
The current situation would never happen. Because there wouldn't be a first wife,
Yeah.
and because it wouldn't be in this neighborhood, I'd have been up in what's the town right to the west of Ogden? West Point or whatever it is. No,
Might
not
be.
West Point. Huh?
Might be West Point, yeah.
No, West Point's that one. Hang on, let me look it up. I can't remember what the name of the town is. Okay, you. Sunset Roy, fuck off. Far west. Whoa, that went far. Ogden Airport, okay. 21. I think that one's 12. Yeah, 12. That's the one after 12. No, not 18. It'd be that one, because that's where that mark is, right? Yeah. Okay, zoom out of here. They live all the fuck way down this road. Plain City. It'd be in Plain City. I'd have been nowhere near her.
Hmm.
Personally. Now, Dad and Mom would have came out here and came here.
Yeah.
I'd already been on my mission when they came out here with the kids. If the situation would have been changed in that way.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of an odd abnormality that I'm aware of, and I know what the outcome would have been.
Yeah.
Because I've meditated, or while in sleep, I've gone to those other alternate universes and seen the outcome.
Yeah.
Where it would be better, worse, or the same.
Mm-hmm.
But in this timeline, in this universe, because of the decisions I made, which I'm fully aware I made them and why I made them, and for the reason I did what I did, I am where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Saving your soul to save her soul, your kids' souls, and make Russell not be an asshole no more, because everybody's soul is saved.
How are you saving our soul?
Don't worry about it. Your soul's already saved, so is hers. I'm influencing you, I'm pushing you. Well, not really pushing, I'm poking you with all this stuff I tell you. You're almost where you're supposed to be. You're off by a year or two. You'll get there.
Interesting.
Like I said, I see the outcomes. You and her will be where you need to be, but not until you get into your own house in 2 years. In 2 years, when you're in your new house, the ward that you will be in will be perfect for you, her, and the kids. And you'll have no church bullshit because you won't be dealing with idiots anymore.
Interesting.
It'll be something when you go for help, they'll help you. Like mine did to me. There is no bitch, you have to come to church. There was, oh, you need help. Okay, we'll help. The same crap I dealt with, and basically I got treated like a long lost family member.
Yeah.
Which is why I love my ward. Because they treat you like you belong, especially when you're brand new. Once you've been there long enough, oh, it's good to see you. Or, because I don't like going to church, or I haven't gone in a few weeks because kids haven't wanted to go.
Yeah.
Last week because I blew up my knee Saturday. So I just didn't go because I had trouble walking. But it's the thing of, this week I'm going, and either Nikki's going to go or not going to go. Connor is where I was at that age. I'm done with church. I don't want to go. And me and the wife agreed, as soon as he starts saying that, you don't have to go.
Yeah.
I agree with that. You have to make your decisions for yourself. If you don't, I will see you when you burn yourself at your own stake.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to live until Jesus comes back or until I hit 100 and somebody kills me, or I just say, oh, okay, I'm done. Go to sleep and never come back. Those are the two fucking options.
Notice that you've been talking about that a lot recently, too.
What, live until 100 until Jesus comes back?
Well, you've been talking a lot about when Jesus shows up and
the second coming's coming?
Yeah, and talking about how the timeline is like 15 to 25 years.
No. Well, I said 15 to 20.
That's what you said
3 years
a little
back.
bit ago.
So
Yeah.
we're like at 17 to 12.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If I make it to 100, one, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Two, I'll be like, alright, I get to go hang out with my homies in heaven or hell. At least y'all's tiny bitches version of hell. No, because I mean, that's like my whole thing. It's this is hell. You fucking stupid. That's not hell, man. That's called weekend at fucking Bernie's, you stupid bitch. Go pay attention. It's not hell. Are y'all fuckers just stupid, or do you not pay attention to anything? Because their version of hell, after you die, is not actually what happens. It's been said, it's been proven. If you deny Jesus, or deny God exists, or that they are your spiritual, like, parent,
Yeah.
or just say, no, that they don't exist. It's the thing of people are like, I don't know if God exists, but I know Satan exists. Well, if Satan, Lucifer exists,
Yeah, this could exist.
that
then.
instantly means he exists because he's daddy spiritual dick.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. You're talking out your ass.
Yeah, like if you say you like Satan, then you're basically saying...
No, not even like Satan. It's just, I don't believe in God, but I believe in Satan.
Yeah.
Do you know how stupid you sound right now?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't believe in either, okay, I'll tell you my beliefs. I'll show you what I know and how I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyday life and just the way the world's going. How could it be so shitty if God really exists? Because he's not here to save your ass. You're supposed to save your own soul.
Yeah.
It's not his job to save your soul. Your job is to prove you're worthy to live with him and be forgiven for your sins and go back to heaven. Because that's the name y'all have given it. Or paradise.
Yeah.
It's not his job to save your soul. It's your own fucking job. So get up off your ass and do your job. Or shut up, deny he exists, and then go to real hell, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because that's my whole viewpoint. It's like, no, what you think is hell is not hell. That's like not even fucking step one of everything. Please, bitch. Y'all have not a clue where it starts or where it ends.
So what is your definition of hell?
Well, what I've been told in the church growing up by Russ, Mom, and a few other people is I wish I had the diagram. But at Last Judgment, you have the Celestial Kingdom, which is top one. Then you have Celestial Kingdom. Basically, people who said they believed in God, but they basically did nothing. They sat on their fat asses and were lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have terrestrial, which is murderers, rapists, and all the evil, like baby rapers and shit. Those people. And then where hell, as it's called, is actually in an outer darkness. It's basically you live in the darkest, most realm of existence, and you are tortured for your sins because you've denied the existence of God.
Yeah.
Or Christ. Or both. You denying what exists, even though there's proof of it, and they're showing more proof that, ooh, we found this and this and this that proves Jesus was a real person. But Jesus wasn't his name, because now they're saying that's not his real name, because that's the translated version. Now his actual name wasn't. I don't remember what they said.
Yeah.
I've seen it in a video, an actual video. They talked about it for like, they showed a clip of somebody else talking about it, then they moved on. I was like, I gotta find that full video, and I couldn't fucking find it. So, or it'd be part of the thing I have sitting here.
So do you get punished more for denying God and Jesus exists, or do you get punished more if you're a baby rapist?
You get bigger punishment. Okay, the celestial is basically you're living in paradise.
Mm-hmm.
Celestial is you're living on somewhere just a little bit better than this existence. Terrestrial, with all the rapists, murderers, and molesters and everything that's actually horrible and evil, is just like this place, maybe a little bit worse. The outer darkness, where Lucifer rules, is 10 to 1,000,000 times worse than the last one. But before judgment, you don't go anywhere unless you go to the spirit prison to be taught. If you were not shown, or you did not believe, you are taught and shown the truth, so that way you can repent for either not accepting, or because they're telling you it's true after your mortal existence, there's no denying it now, you go, oh, okay, and you learn all this stuff you should have learned on Earth about it, and then you can move on to a, what I consider, it's like a pre-paradise.
Yeah.
It's where people go who accept it and move forward and forgive themselves or forgive everybody on Earth.
Yeah.
But something also I've been taught is any bad habit you have here on this planet after you die, when you're in spiritual form, you will have as a spirit. So if you're an alcoholic, if you're addicted to caffeine, you're addicted to cigarettes, you'll have that addiction when you cross over. Now me, knowing me, I'm not addicted. I like the habit. I'm not addicted. I can quit. I mean, I proved that. I quit for freaking, what was it, 6 months a year?
Yeah, you quit
just
for
straight.
a while.
I didn't even touch anything. I was just like,
You literally
just living
just
my life.
had all your e-cig stuff just sitting on the chair, and I just grabbed it because you're like, here you go.
Yeah.
And so I used it for a little bit before one of the pieces broke. I was like, fuck.
But I mean, I was so like, yeah, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Wasn't even a here, there, anything. If I want to quit, I quit. If I don't give a shit, who cares? Oh, I smoked a cigarette. I'm not gonna burn in hell. I'm gonna be shoved in a place of people who basically like cigarettes and did nothing with their lives and sat on their fat asses.
Right.
Cool, I'm with the good for nothings, the lazy pieces of shit, instead of the murderers, rapists, and killers. And have to deal with those assholes for eternity. No, thank you, fuck off. I'm dealing with
So what you're telling me is that my mom, who she smoked a lot in her life, and
she has
basically vaping before she passed away. So you're saying that she would be vaping in heaven, or
no, not vaping. She has the addiction and wants to, but can't.
Right.
It's her own personal torment that she let herself get. That's like Jose, his addiction to alcohol. If he cannot stop his addiction after he croaks, he will so have the addiction, and that is your own personal hell you're putting yourself through.
So he told me like a while ago, like we're talking like months ago,
That he actually quit.
That he had a dream that mom had a full mouth of teeth, and that she was talking to her father, and they both talked to him for a while, and in his dream, and she was like back to kind of what she was when he first started dating her, and it made me think.
Smoking is
what
the
happened.
easiest sin to ask forgiveness for, because it's a physical habit and a bad addiction.
But do you think that she visited him?
That would not surprise me one bit.
Like if that dream was so vivid because it was.
Well, what did she say to him, or what did he tell you that what the message was for him?
That she was proud of him for still at least trying to keep things afloat while she was gone, and that he needs to forgive himself for bad things he's done in his life, and just it was like a small little summary of what she told me.
Okay, have you given your name, or does anybody in your family that's part of the church, would they have baptized her in the temple by now?
I have no idea. I know she said she was baptized when she was a child.
That's bullshit. You shouldn't be baptized to your age of 8. That's the one thing I agree with the church in, because also any Catholic or other baptism, it's not a baptism. What is a baptism? Just like Jesus Christ. Fully underwater, brought back up. But you can't do that till you're the age of acknowledgement, where you know what good and bad is fully, which is the age of 8, where you have realization of what is good, what is bad.
I've never been baptized myself, so.
That's fine, I'll shoot you in the head one day, and then I'll fucking baptize you before I die and go to hell and take this bitch over.
Fuck.
No, see, this is the argument I love having with people. Well, alright, I'm taking over hell. No, you're not. You're not strong enough. I'll be there and I'll just kick you in between the legs and say, move that off my damn bench, bitch. That's my throne.
Well, isn't that gonna suggest or imply the fact that I would have to, like, have massive regrets, or would, like...
Not even, no.
Or
Not
that
that you have massive regrets. The thing is, your personal feelings,
Uh-huh.
nothing to do with it. It's what do you do? Are you a member of the church? Have you been baptized? See, because I don't like some of the church stuff.
Uh-huh.
The stuff I don't like is the LDS and the Mormon, the different entities that are in the church.
Yeah.
They don't actually 100% perform by what the church truly is. Where the church is now is where I thought it should be when I was 19.
Yeah.
They were still holding themselves back or afraid to do this stuff because they were told, or they thought, we can't do that. We need to keep our restrictions so that way nobody gets burned or hurt. The issue is, if you're afraid of getting everybody else hurt or burned, who's going to get burned in the end? Your own fucking people. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. That's my personal viewpoint on it.
Yeah.
That's why I have a lot of hiccups and hindrance with the church. A lot of the stuff I've been hearing the last 2-3 years while being back in the church,
Yeah.
I agree with. No. They changed that rule. Now it's this. Well, it should have been like that the whole time. The newest guy who is the president of the church, a lot of the stuff he's changed it to, and the guy before him changed it too. Which the guy before him, I knew as soon as he was president of the church, brush off all the bullshit, I'm back. He was the guy I've been waiting for since I was a little shit.
The guy that looks like Freddy Krueger? Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
The prophet guy, or whatever the fuck his name is. His face is on the wall by the front door.
Prophets of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Looks like Freddy Krueger a little bit. Just a bit.
That's your...
Which really just means he looks like Robert England. But he could
You
be
mean
Swedish.
this guy?
Could be Swedish.
Hang on. Pull it up. Let me get to the most recent one. Yeah, this guy. Russell?
Yeah, that guy. He looks like Robert England just
see,
a bit.
that guy. He's the one I've been waiting since...
Okay, that guy does not look like Robert England. But the other guy does.
hang on a sec. Let me... Back in my memories. since him being president, he's always been first counselor. And until 2008. He's the guy I always knew when he was in charge of the church, it would be the perfect fucking church. And since him being in charge, it's gotten a million times better. He's always been the guy since I knew, since being a little kid, that's the president. Whenever he becomes president, it'll be an awesome run, and it might be short, but he's gonna fix a lot of the shit that, no offense to the other guys, I think they have wrong from my viewpoint. Because I'm very spiritual. I mean, even when I wasn't, went back to the church, you heard all this shit. I said I'm spiritual to the fucking nth degree.
Yeah, that never changed.
No, it never has and it never will. I am so spiritual, it hurts sometimes watching other people do stupid shit they think is right. But all they're doing is putting another nail in the coffin for them to go to the outer darkness or into basically rape or murder or hell for themselves.
Right.
It pisses me off that they're that fucking stupid. They haven't been listening. They don't. Because half the crap that we know from a lot of those translations of the Bible that is out nowadays is complete bullshit. Even the King James Version is not 100% there. But what nobody listens to is the lessons. This is what was said, so this has to be listened. He told you what the fuck it meant at the end of the goddamn parable or whatever story he was telling. Hello,
Yeah.
do you pay attention to the books? This is what happened. He came back. What did the dad do to the patriarchal son that came back? Oh, we love you. Who got pissed? The next brother in line. Why are you doing this? Just because he wanted to go and he did something stupid. He came back and asked for forgiveness. I will always love him. He is my son. God will always love you. You are his son. Jesus will always love you. You're his brother.
Yeah.
And this is my argument with everybody who talks shit on Lucifer. Lucifer's your bigger brother. He will always love you. The idiots that fought against Heavenly Father and Jesus got thrown into the outer darkness. It's the thing of the ones who became the devils and Satan that everybody always talks about is everybody else, not Lucifer. He's sitting on the throne in the outer darkness, aka hell, just waiting for his day to come back. Basically take over and resurrect the Antichrist's body. That's all there is to it.
Why? So he can try and fight his own dad?
No. So that way everybody thinks it's this wonderful guy. But the funny part is, it's not a wonderful guy. Now it's Satan. The guy who either knows or doesn't know they're the Antichrist will be killed and come back to life with resurrection. So the funny part on that is, when he comes back, everyone will be like, look, he's divine. He came back. He was resurrected. That means he's a good guy. When it's just Lucifer using the divine magic and power he was given from his creation by Heavenly Father and, second in command, Jesus, basically both of them. But it was Heavenly Father that made all the archangels and all of us spiritual forms before giving over command on how to build the planet and everything to Jesus.
Yeah.
Jehovah. But see, there's the thing. It's the thing of he knows he's going to be wiped from existence. Like the thing where you were talking about me on the Facebook post.
Yeah.
The thing from Cornelia.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, okay. There's like, you were in this post like 5 times. Alright, I gotta go read all this. and I did. But I mean, it's the thing of, it's not he volunteered, but he was the first one to stand up and say, I don't think this is how we should do it. I don't want my brothers and sisters to go to hell or to be thrown out of your kingdom.
Yeah.
It's the older brother thing. Like I told Connor, quit trying to be the dad. That's my job.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the older brother. If something's going on and you don't like what Sissy's doing, you come get an owl doll, me or your mother.
Yep.
If it's not me or mom, leave the situation alone. Walk away. Quit trying to insert what you think the next step is.
Yep.
When I'm not ready to move to the next step, and there was nothing wrong with where the other person was sitting or your little sister doing. There's nothing wrong with it. She wasn't doing anything wrong. You're the one who did something wrong because you tried to jump the gun. Slow down. Breathe.
Yep.
You're just blaming me. You don't even care what she did. No, because you're the one that jumped the gun and she got hurt. So if you wouldn't have jumped the gun, she wouldn't have got hurt. There wouldn't be a situation, and I wouldn't have to fuss at you for doing something you know better than to do.
Yeah.
My job. I have a job, and I do it pretty well. So, stop trying to interfere. I know what you're going through. I did the same thing as an older brother, because I was 10 years old, trying to keep Amber in step with what I knew the rules were, so that way we didn't deal with yelling and screaming from Papaw at the time.
Yeah.
Before he was Papaw. It was the thing of, I know what the outcome is, can we please not?
Yeah.
Then I got yelled at by my mom's dad, Bartis, saying, you're not the parent. I'm babysitting. Yeah, but she's doing stuff she's not supposed to do. Is she killing anybody? No. Is she? No. Then leave her the fuck alone. Alright, motherfucker. Don't blame me if she kills herself or you. No, that's exactly what I did. Alright, you just gonna let him run shit. You hate me because I'm Russell's kid. And I wasn't born anywhere near you, so you didn't get to know me while I was growing up. Okay, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That was my whole attitude for a long while. And then my mom gave me the cheat code to make him pull his head out of his ass and be nice. Just play dominoes with him. Oh man, he wanted dominoes. We were getting like 80 plus points.
Wow.
He's like, 80? Jesus. Jeez. Just marked it down like, holy crap. How the hell did you do that with double fives? I don't know. He's like, I gotta knock this down. And he did. He found a way to knock it down, take away 5 points to get his points. It was a battle between me and him. We ended at like almost 2,000 points each.
Damn.
At the end of, I think we did like 3 or 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
Whatever the end goal is by the time Mom got there, or whenever he'd had enough.
Yeah.
We were done. I think the only reason we didn't play one more game, I almost beat him 3 times. But I mean, that to me was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like numbers.
Yeah.
He likes dominoes. Oh, that's just numbers. Okay. I just went.
Yeah.
That is the biggest reason he liked me the way he liked me.
Yeah. It's his way of learning how to bond with you and interact with you.
No, my way of forcing him to like me because he saw how good I was at math. No, that is my viewpoint because he didn't like me because I was Russell's son. And he didn't grow up with me because Russell took Mom to the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I was the hated child. Just like Russell hates me because I ruined his life. Because if Mom wouldn't have got pregnant, he wouldn't have had to worry about a family and all this crap at the age of 20.
Yeah.
Which he's jumped down my throat about before. So I am the... I'm the horrible child no matter what generation you look at it. Except for with Nanny, his mom. I was God to her. I could do no wrong. Why? Because I can walk myself into and out of any situation, and I know how to talk myself into and out of every situation. She loved me also because I stood my ground on my beliefs. And that was the biggest thing to her. You stand your ground, you get respect and love. And I got that from her from fucking jump. Plus I was the first grandchild, so you know,
So what you're saying is that I would have gotten her absolute adoration for being a stubborn little asshole.
Probably. As long as you can explain your viewpoint, or I have my reasons and that's my beliefs, you'd have been good.
Well, you know how I am. I
Yeah.
mix logic with, like,
Lunacy.
yes, craziness.
But so did I. I always have. Nanny,
I just learned a different
said
art form of it
something.
from you.
Yeah. Nanny would say something to me. I'm like, well, this is my viewpoint because of this factor, and this factor. You can defend your viewpoint. Okay, I respect.
Yeah.
I got respect from her. I ain't got to do shit. She had a few hiccups here and there. I think you should be more in church. I should this and that. Well, I thought you didn't like mom and dad's church. That's not what I'm talking about. You just need to go to church. You're a better person when you go to church. She saw it too. Oh yeah. She knew me as well as I knew her. Nanny was the best. I think it's funny when people want to talk shit on her. You want me to stab you because you thought, fuck you, better shut up. That's my grandmother. I will kill you. I told that to Freddie and Becky. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Either grow up here, stand your fucking ground, or shut your fucking mouth. Stop talking shit on Nanny. Nanny says what she says to you to get a reaction from you. The only thing that you're doing wrong is you're giving the wrong reaction, dipshit. Yeah, Becky, she tells you you're fat. So guess what? Lose weight. She's trying to do that for your health because she knows what it's like because she's diabetic and she's fat. You stupid cunt. Freddie, you copy everything I do. You wonder why Nanny calls you a dumb piece of shit because you act like a dumb piece of shit because you don't do anything unless I do it. You fucking follower. So shut up and grow up, you piece of shit. You're me. No, I'm being honest with you. Nanny won't say this to your face. I fucking will. So stand your ground and be a dumbass and be a fat ass or shut the fuck up.
We've learned a new trigger for Karnage.
Well, no, but I mean, that's what they did when I lived in Ohio. So, I mean, that is the trigger. You talk shit on my grandmother, Nanny, I'm gonna kick you, motherfucker. You better shut up. But once I explained her point of view and what she was doing to them, if they stand their grounds and actually have a pair,
right. You realize
they both stopped talking shit on me because they knew I was 2 seconds away from slitting their throats and burning them in the backyard.
You realize that, like, your dad has put such a negative shroud over that person's memory, right?
I don't care. No,
like,
see, he's her son. If he does something stupid, she'll fucking cut his nuts off and shove them down his throat when he gets to where he's going. I ain't worried about it. She'll fuck him up because that's her kid. That's my dad. If I go at him, he'll try to pull something I've done from the past and throw it at me.
Fondest of some of the stuff I've heard, but I also not the fondest of the fact that it feels like he has been trying to project. She taught him bad habits, and like I said, that had to do with what she learned with one of her sisters, basically marrying a piece of shit. Yeah.
She got pregnant, had I think 1 or 2 kids with him, and then he just into the ether. Was an asshole. So as far as she was concerned, in-laws were horrible because look at how an in-law treated my family. It was something that was programmed into her brain, not by choice, but because she was younger and saw this before she got married. If I remember correctly. If not, it was something that happened after she got married and she hated all in-laws because they didn't treat her family right like her husband treated her right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was a military man too, so there's like a big fucking difference.
So that's purely ironic now, because if he treated her like that, putting that mentality on that phrase, in-law, and then...
It was something that happened in her past with one of her idiot sisters. No, I'll completely admit it. I've met all 3 of them. All fucking dumber than dog shit and just fucking idiots to the nth degree.
Yeah.
The only one that had a fucking brain on his shoulders was Uncle Buddy, her brother. The one I got along with. I didn't get along with any of them. Except for Nanny Clopton, the mom, Nanny Potter, Dad's mom, Uncle Buddy, a.k.a. Great Uncle Buddy. 6'2", fucking, I'm gonna rip your head off you fucking touch my family, motherfucker. Kinda like me. I took on a lot of his bravado and shit. A little bit of Russell's, crap. Yeah. But I control it better than my dad does.
Yeah.
Not 100% of the time, because it's kind of part of having this shitty body and not being able to 100% control it 100% of the time, because it goes off programming.
Yeah.
Because it's a giant fucking meat computer. So it sucks.
Yeah.
But if I catch myself, I stop. If I don't catch myself, then I realize it and I adjust. Instead of yelling and cussing at somebody, I redirect by explaining every reason down to the nth degree that I think the person can comprehend it, so that way there's not a disagreement or argument between me and the other person.
Yeah.
Like with me and the son, like I told you the other day that happened.
Yeah.
And I went at him. But once I realized why I was going at him, I adjusted it and explained myself so damn deep and far.
You pivoted.
Oh yeah, hard. And like, no, you can't say this person doesn't talk shit on me, because I hear it from everybody. And I've been hearing it since this situation happened, that they've been talking shit from fucking almost day one.
Yeah.
Or since like right before we moved into our own house. She decided to do this, I didn't. But she's a liar because she hasn't even kept to her own rules that she agreed to when we first got together. Never lied to the kids, be 100% honest 100% of the time, no matter who, what, where, when, or why.
Yeah.
She's backtracked and is now a worthless piece of shit as far as I'm concerned, because she's a lying sack of shit. Because everything she's ever said to me, she's flipped the script and completely changed it. No, I never believed that. This is my new belief. That's not your belief. That's the other idiot's belief. Where the fuck's the bitch I married? I'm still here. No, you're not. You're not the bitch I married.
Yeah, that person is not even close to the person that I met.
And got along with.
Yeah, I spent like the first
Which is
6
funny, because she
years.
tried to throw you under the bus and I just sat back, you stupid bitch. Because she had the wrong brother. And I knew she did. I'm like,
What?
you didn't notice it, but you were like, Amber told you like years later, no, did you not see my brother behind her going? And you told me when we first started working out at the gym we're both at now, you didn't notice.
Wait, okay. My brain's trying to keep up on what.
Okay, the wife said you were a player.
Oh.
And Amber brought you over.
Oh, yeah.
Teresa repeated that.
Yeah.
And I just sat behind her. I think you got the move there, dumbass.
Not to
I didn't say it out loud. I whispered it, like really, really low, so nobody heard it. But Amber heard it. And you told me, like a year ago,
Yeah.
Amber told you those facts. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I did. You thought I was against you, but I was on your side the whole time.
Yeah, it's funny and crazy because I had pointed it out that day when she was all like, oh, well, I knew him in high school and shit like that. And I literally looked at her and I like kind of did this and I was like looking at her like really like squinting my eyes and shit, you know, in my eyes. And the whole time Russell's looking at me like, what's your problem? And I'm like, I am trying to recall on the fact this person is claiming they knew me from high school. I went to 3 different high schools. I went to, Mar Vista, Bear River, and then Roy. I'm trying to recollect data in my head that reminds me of where I would have met this person.
I think she was misspeaking because of the way her brain works.
Yeah.
It was, she didn't meet you when she was at high school. She met you at the high school because she was doing substitute teaching there for a little while. She never met you, but she did a substitute teaching class once for the high school.
Which high school?
Roy
High School? Yeah, she would have never known.
But the thing is,
Me as a
I
player.
think she heard stories, and it was the last name. Nobody ever said the first name, so she assumed it was you. It was actually your stupid fucking brother. No, dude, I've calculated this out a million different ways from fucking Thursday.
But Andrew went to Clearfield High School, and then he went to Two Rivers.
But see, the thing is, she substituted Weaver, so maybe she heard maybe some chicks also
Mountain High or
talking
something.
smack on you. Because you know how women do that. They talk smack on the man, even if he's not a dirty, good-for-nothing cheater. She's going to call him a dirty, good-for-nothing cheater so that way her friends won't date the guy she really loves. You know, that bullshit.
Yeah, even if it's unfactual.
And that alone, I think, could have also been the thing. Because it was like, God, I think that was right before I got disability.
If I was a player, though, you know how much pussy I would have gotten?
No, but see, do you hear what I'm saying? Plus,
Yeah.
she still talked to teachers and whatnot at Clearfield High.
Yeah.
So it might have been, like I said, something about your stupid brother that she heard. Or, because some girls were talking crap on you, she heard it. Without checking her facts.
Yeah.
So she's talking out of her ass. That's
Yeah.
like when she told me, well, I knew him in high school. I'm like, you couldn't have. Because he's like, just got out of high school.
I was 19, so I would have been.
Yeah, I said, yeah, right. He just got out of high school, like, I swear, last summer.
Yeah.
Or just got out this summer. Whatever the situation is. You didn't know him in high school, but okay. I did too. And then she went. Then when she tried to go off into some bullshit, I'm right. I'm like, okay, mute.
Well, I'll
Go
remember.
smoke a cigarette.
What
Let her talk shit. She's a dumbass.
What I'll always remember is the day that I was at the apartment. Mom was up there with us. In fact, she was getting coffee, and she had come over with Russell to the apartment, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but they came in, knocked on the door. I opened the door, and I was like, utterly surprised to see those two there, and I was like, hello? And they're just like going, they're like, he's just like, just let us in. And I'm like, okay. So I opened the door, and then they came in. And I think it had to do with Amber. But like I let them in, and I had forgotten that me and Mom, and then I think it was Jose, were all talking and stuff about high school or talking about other things. And so I had left my diploma from Roy sitting by the fish tank and forgotten that I had left it there, because that was back before I was trying to keep track of everything. And Russell goes over and sees the diploma sitting there, and he picks it up and he reads off what is said on the front, embroidered in gold.
Yeah.
It says, Roy High School, blah, 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 graduated this time. And then he opened it up and saw my name printed in and everything.
And then he just read Thomas da.
Yeah, and he just kind of read it off, and he was reading it off, and I could tell that he was doing the math in his head. And because Teresa had probably been talking to him about it on the way over. And then, like...
I don't know if she talked to him about it, but I know he remembered her saying that.
Yeah, and then, like, what happened was he looked at Teresa and went, did you ever go to Roy? and he just kind of... She just kind of was like her mouth was hanging half open. And then I was, like, going, oh, yeah, that story. That one. And then Mom's like, wait, what story? What are you guys talking about my son for? And then, like, and then Russell just kind of looks at Teresa and goes, well... And Teresa just kind of stares at Russell and then stares at my mom, and she's like, I swear I thought I knew him from high school or whatever. And then and then Russell's just like, really? Because it says Roy High, it says graduated at 09 in May, and yet you knew him, right? And I was like going, I was dating Amy at the time when that happened. And she's like, who's Amy? And I'm like, hence the point. Amy
like
Hansen.
I said, she doesn't remember factoids in the way it happens.
Yeah.
Well, this is what you did, and then you did this. No, I did the thing, and then I said this because you did this, this, and this, and said this, this, and this. That's not... Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm done arguing with you.
It was so funny, too, because, like, when Gostel came over to my dad's house that one day after...
She talked shit.
Yeah, after that, like, Dad was literally, like, going, like, Dad was like, I mean, I've heard a couple Teresas from his high school years, but never up here in Utah. And usually the Teresa turned out to be a bitch. And then Amber's just like, must be hereditary based on the name.
Well, that's like most guys I know whose name is Dell. Or a bunch of douchebags and assholes. They're worthless good for nothings.
Yeah, and then but it's funny is I was like not sure whether it should be an insult or whether or not it should be a praise. But Dad just looked at me and went, and I'm not sure that I would describe my son as a player. Maybe my middle child, but not the oldest. He's a little too straight-arrowed for that. And she's like, and Amber's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, Dad, are you trying to insult my game over here?
Yes!
And Andrew's just like, yeah, he's totally dogging on your game. And I'm like, Shut up, Dad! Just because video games are cooler.
But I mean, it's stuff like that where I'm like, you're a dumbass. Because me and you'd met when I dropped Amber off or picked her up and we shot the shit once or twice.
Yep.
For like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, you're delusional, bitch. I knew it from jump when she's like high school. I'm like, high school? You know how fucking young he is?
And I'd honestly forgotten that she'd only been a few years older than me.
Yeah.
Like, you reminded me that she was only a few years older.
Yeah, she was born in 89.
Yeah, and I was born in 91. So
Yeah, but I
she's
mean...
only like 2 or 3 years difference.
Yeah, but it's the thing of she wouldn't have known you in high school because you weren't in this area in Clearfield High when she was here.
No.
Because she jumped over her freshman year because they moved into town. Or she jumped over in her sophomore year, 10th grade.
Yeah.
And she joined the JROTC at Clearfield High.
Alright.
So, I knew all of her stories. I knew which ones were fake and which ones were, I think this happened. So I'll just tell the story like I think it happened.
And I've never been inside Clearfield High.
Nope.
Ever. I've been in Mountain High only because of the fact that Amber was going there, and
I've been in Clearfield High
times.
more times than I would like to admit. I would like to erase some of the people and some of the times I went there for his birthdays.
I got close to going into Connor's school for like a second.
NDJH.
Only because of the fact that he ran off and decided to go hang out with Jesus.
He just went and hung out.
Yeah. That's why I'm like going, I now suddenly realizing that I don't go to too many schools unless they're my kids.
Okay. I never went inside Halt. I've been in the parking lot with dumbasses like Amber, Catherine, Crystal, Liz, Robin, Nephi, all going in there for lunch because Horsley dumbass 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Or I should say almost last, and side dick, bitch. Yeah, I remember that day. They're all a bunch of worthless bitches. They proved it back then. I think it's funny how the significant other always talked shit on them, but now, because I'm the bad guy, she is friendly with them. Oh, because you're worthless, good for nothing, running around just chasing the dick, just like they do.
Yep, and then it'll change again later.
Yeah. She'll come back, her dumbass will find somebody else and run away, and then I'll be like, and? And what? You gonna take that damn lock off the damn bedroom door? Do I have to rip the damn door off the wall? How we just don't sleep with the door? What? You don't have an excuse. Dipshit's no longer here.
Right.
Come play your stupid games and have your fucking hidey time with your family called your children instead of dragging them off into the dungeon.
Yeah.
You stupid fuck. Oh, and next time you bring bedbugs into my house, I'm gonna fucking light you on fire to make sure they're dead. And I'll walk away.
Yeah.
She'll call the cops, say I threatened her. No, I threatened to burn her clothes if she brings bedbugs back into the house. If she's wearing them, that's her stupidity for not taking them off when I say, you went to somebody's house with bedbugs. Strip so I can burn that fucking clothes.
Yeah.
She brought bedbugs into my house. Fuck her. She can go to hell.
Yeah, we took.
Which proves how
hairdryers
dirty
on our kids'
she
bed.
is compared to me. I have no bugs. I have no bites. I have nothing on my body from anything I've ever done.
Luciano's bites are finally going away after we took a hairdryer to her mattress.
You don't need to do that. Just go to a pool. No, Connor had a couple bites on his shoulder. We went swimming. They were gone by the time we were done swimming. Chlorine
damn.
just. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Just take her for a swim and give her swimming lessons.
Just take her to a chlorine pool.
Let a splashy splash.
Put her in it. Or just hold her and swim back and forth with where the bites are in the chlorine pool and take her out.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just telling you what worked, dude.
Yeah.
Because my daughter came at me. Bed bug bites. I'm like, yeah, blame your mom. No, I'm gonna blame. You can't blame them because they were over here first, so blame your mother. It's all her fucking fault, and you're a dumbass for sleeping in the room with her, with the bed bugs, even though your mother's bought you sleeping diapers. You fucking damn. Well, we won't go into that. So, you just need to grow up and sleep in your own fucking bed.
Yeah.
And I left it at that this morning. That was literally the conversation I had. Or no, not this morning, yesterday morning. Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
I made the comment, no, it's your mom, and because you've been in there sleeping, it's your own fuck up.
Yeah.
You did it, nobody else. It all comes from you. I did it. Yeah, you did. You did it without even knowing you did it. Which makes it just as bad.
Yep.
Oh, the daughter did not like that. Don't blame me. Why? You keep going into the room and fess it with them and sleeping at night, so if you're getting eaten alive, that's your fuck up. Don't go in there anymore.
Yep.
Get done. Wash all your clothes now.
Yep. And she's only like a few months older than Ariane is.
She was born in August.
Yeah.
Ariane was born in...
February.
Yeah.
So like 2 to 8, that's about 5 months, 6 months apart. Yeah, six months apart.
It's 6 months.
Half a year.
Yeah. Just like me and the, no offense, true love of my life, Stephanie. Well, one of them.
Stephanie, huh?
Well, actually, honestly, no. I have to retract that. She was my best friend. I could have been her best friend forever. I'd always want to bang her, but that's a different argument. Her sister, Andrea, was the one I was actually in love with. I've always been in love with her.
Hmm.
And if you see me, you know who I am, or at least you should. And I've always loved you, and you should have came to me instead of running off from the church and marrying some fucking asshole with the fucking tiny dick. And that's my one bitch about that.
Just watch as I put this shit on Rumble and then you end up getting contacted by her.
I would love that. Karnage6778 on Twitter. Come find me, sexy tits. I want to rip your... rail you in the next fucking century, hooker. If you want to argue whether you're a hooker or not, we can talk about the history and all your stupidity that you did that I got told to by my parents through your mother and... well, through your mother. Your father didn't talk about it.
Is she in Utah?
Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Childhood friend, first girl I ever kissed. And her mom told her next time I kissed her to slap me. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna slap you because my mom told me I could if you kiss me. Oh, that's fine. And I kissed her, she slapped me. I'm like, no, I just smiled about it. I thought it was funny as shit. She slapped me and I went, that's cute. Then she ran downstairs because she didn't get the reaction she wanted or the reaction her mom thought her she would get. He kissed me. I walked downstairs. Did you kiss him? Yep. From my memory. Now, it might be slightly different from Russell and Brenda's memory of the situation, so you'd have to ask them about it. But that was the first girl I ever kissed. I will always love her, no matter what.
How old was she?
She was like a year younger than me, so 39.
Okay.
I mean, because... no, it wasn't. It was like 3 or 4 months younger than me. Yeah, she was 3 or 4 months younger than me. Because I always laughed at her because my birthday came before her, so I became the older kid first.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, her sister becomes... actually, her sister's the older kid because Stephanie becomes... she's 41. Because she becomes a year... hits the... or she will be in... no, she is. Because we're past June. Her birthday was in June. She was literally 6 months. Not to the day, but within a few days.
Yeah.
I think her birthday was June 19th. I'd say the last name, but I don't... The name that's popping up in my head I know is the wrong name, and if I said their names, I would probably be crucified. I mean, I'd have fun with it. Yes, crucified. Well, first, what do you want? You know, I'd be all slick Rick about the whole gun.
Yep.
You know me. I'd be slick Rick and either get them both or go out with a bang.
Now I'm just, wondering if us talking about this on the podcast and then me putting it on the internet is going to cause you to be rematchmaked with an old love. So
that would be awesome. Or it's, hey, you're like my first love too, but like, I'm married now. Yeah, same. So how many kids you got? Where you living? How's life been? That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not available. Are you available? Yeah, I'm available. You gonna be my side chick? No, because I don't do that. Okay, well, current situation is not possible.
It is what it is.
But I also have workarounds. I mean, plus she's like anti-church. Or
Really?
she became anti-church. When
As a
I was
child or as
thinking
an
about
adult?
becoming anti-church, no, it's like a mid-teenager, like I did.
Oh.
Fucking church. But my reason I know was different than hers.
Yeah.
Hers was because of a boy. And thinking about, just random thought popped into my head, actually a whole vision of if I'd actually been pen pals with her and wrote her every week, how that wouldn't happen. And we'd actually be married with like 4 kids right now. Yeah. Oh no, I got a whole vision about it, like, it was last week.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. So it's a recent thought, that's why it just popped into my head.
Yeah, what if it was a time variance type thing, where like the actual reality of it in our universe will be similar because you'll end up reconnecting with her at some point, and then you guys will end up together.
And I'll have 2 more kids?
Yeah. And then, so you'll still have the 4.
It's a possibility,
You'll
but
still have the 4, just the 2 will be with another person.
if we would have been able to, or if I had thought about it back then, because I'd have harassed my mom about it if I'd actually thought about it, and I'd have written her every week, just talking about nothing, finding out how her life's going. The only issue I had with Andrea is she got put in a school where she was on the minority because it was a mostly black school, or ended up becoming a mostly black school, and was no longer Andrea, she was Andrea. And she went with that. I'm like, you know, I don't like that name for you. I love you as Andrea, not Andrea. It became an issue for a little while. Then we separated, not by choice, Russell and Brenda moved, because of some bullshit. And I ended up getting with this really nice girl. I'd like to get back in touch with her. I can't remember her name for shit, though. Which tells you how, at the age I told her, I think I'm falling in love with you, I don't know. Or I think I'm falling in love with you. But I do love you.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love you, sort
Yeah.
of thing. Like, I love everybody, so.
Yeah.
I always had that mentality, even when I was a young kid. And later, before me and Mom left, I told Andrew, I love you. You told her you love her. I don't feel like I love you.
Yeah.
And that was the truth. I mean, I'll always love Andrea.
Yeah.
I mean, God, I wish I could remember her last name right now. Oh, I feel like a dumbass. I'll ask Mom about it, and then I'll talk about it on the next podcast. How do you spell Andrea and Stephanie's last name? And then we can put it out there, and then maybe, is that him? Yes. You know me. I'm Russell and Brenda's son. Our parents were best friends. You have, I think it was 1 more little sister and 2 little brothers. Unless they had one after we kind of separated and weren't in contact as much as I would have loved.
You think she's still out there?
I know she's still out there.
In Virginia?
I don't know about Virginia. but I know she's out there.
Mm.
If she ever hears or sees this, she'll come contact me.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'd love to get, talk to her sister, because me and her sister were like best friends.
Yeah.
She's 6 months older than me. I kind of disliked it because I'm younger. But wait, Andrew's younger than me. But I'm in love with Andrew. Okay, I can work with this. Because her sister and me, we didn't click like that.
Yeah.
But we were always like, we could be 100% honest with each other about almost everything.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, also, the first time, thinking back on it, Andrea didn't tell her mom. Actually, I think Stephanie was jealous, possibly, because I kissed Andrea in front of Stephanie. Thinking back on it as an adult, I wonder if she was jealous because of that.
Probably was.
Looking at it from an adult point of view as a kid, doing that sort of thing. And it was, Stephanie told her, and Andrea said, yeah, he kissed me without my permission. Okay, I just went off into a loop. Fucking that. I have memories popping back up that I. Woo! God, that was so fucking long ago.
I mean, yeah, it was like 30 years ago.
Plus. 30 plus years ago.
Yeah.
I was young. She was like. Andrew was my first love. Stephanie was my first best friend. And I'd known them since like. Well, almost since birth, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, mom and dad were best friends with their mom and dad. We were like the best of fucking goddamn.
You were like the textbook movie thing.
Like next door neighbors without being next door neighbor. Like best friends, parents were best friends. It was the perfect combination.
Could have been a sitcom.
It should have been a movie love story.
Yeah.
But stuff happened, life happened, and I've told you the story. I'm not repeating it on the internet, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ruined my life.
Mm-hmm.
So, when that last line is finally crossed, I have a bullet with somebody's name on it. So, yeah.
It's good that you got to enter the happy part of it, though.
It reminiscing about it, and that just popped into my head last week. It's just brings back emotions I don't like. So.
Oh, because it's associated with heartbreak.
Yeah.
Got it. I remember The Notebook being one of your favorite movies of all time. Yes, Karnage, the person that talks a lot of smack and everything, is an absolute romantic.
At the heart, yeah. I'm a true. I love romance.
I remember that we were at the apartment, and he's showing me a clip from a movie, and I'm like, "Isn't that the fucking Notebook?" And he's like, "Yes, it's the Notebook. What's your problem?" And I'm like, not. I mean, it's the Notebook." And he's just like, "So?" And he like was going on about how much he loved the Notebook.
It's a good movie. Kiss my ass.
And I just simply teased him about it because it was fun to tease him.
I don't really give a crap, but I'll always tell you, shut up, kiss my ass. That's my defense mode. Not always. Sometimes I say it jokingly because I know you're being a jackass about it just to be a jackass.
No, it's funny. It's all the women now out there know that Karnage is a romantic at heart.
I always have been. I've always tried to be in every relationship I've ever been in. Some women can't handle it, and the only girl that I wish she'd pull her head out of her ass was Charlotte Page. I found out while trying to seduce her back into my good graces, which didn't even take any effort. Literally no effort.
Yeah.
She loved me. She was in love with me. She might still be in love with me. If she is, sorry, homie. But I hooked you up with the one woman who will never forget me or not love me, no matter how much shit she likes to talk about me. I love you though, bro. Well, no, because it was sophomore year of high school. Me and this dude were talking, like in science class.
Yeah.
Became good buds. Brought our Game Boy Colors to school. Plugged them together. Traded Pokemon. Like, just shooting the shit. Just doing nerd shit. Next year, in Algebra 2, or... Was it Geometry? No, Geometry was sophomore year. I wasn't in math with him that year. I was in math with him junior and senior year. And junior year, we became better friends, me and this dude. But we were only like friends at school.
Yeah.
Once I went to his house, and he showed me the house across the street that his parents owned that was going to become his house when he found his significant other.
Yeah.
The woman he was going to marry. Found out while I'm seducing, or decided to in my senior year, or no, junior year. No, it was senior year. Yeah, senior year. Basically trying to seduce my ex-girlfriend from the guy who I knew was the creeper friend who was going to try to snatch her up from under me as soon as me and her broke up. And he did.
Yeah.
So I was 100% right. He's that friend that all guys talk about. He's not your friend. He just wants to fuck you.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
Mm.
Funny part is, I fucked his world because I almost got in her pants. Here's the funny part. But she told me she had a crush on another guy. The guy was my best friend from the year before math class. Who I was still shooting the shit with every now and again. I'd sit with him at lunch. I'd just shoot the shit with him whenever I saw him.
Yeah.
And I told him. After he told me he had a crush on her, I waited 2 weeks, buttering her up, almost 3 weeks, and attempting to get into her pants, although I knew she wouldn't do it until she was married, so I let it go. Yeah. But I got my fun and the energy I needed from her to feel loved.
Yeah.
Because I knew she actually loved me. But she always talked shit about me. If we weren't together, she'd talk shit on me. Whenever I was oozing her up and like throwing on the full like what's the guy's name?
There's a lot of guys' names.
No, that seduced a whole bunch of women in France. He's the ladies' man. He never married anyone, but he was always jumping between women.
My brain is trying to remember.
Anywho, you probably know who he is. That's gonna bug me until I remember it later. But anywho, that's what I was to her. I could say, hey, let's hang out. We literally spent 15 minutes. We walked over to the local bowling building, stay outside, kissing each other, put my head on her crotch, tell her I want to do things to her, I would love to. And all this stuff, kissing on her, hugging on her, loving, basically loving on her without loving on her.
Yeah.
Getting as close as you can get to eating a girl out without actually taking her pants off.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there weren't wet stains on her pants because I'm sloppy and I drool. But the thing was, I did this with her for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 months. It was between 2 weeks and 3 months, somewhere in that range, because I don't remember the exact dates.
Yeah.
But once somebody from church, I saw you all buttered up with that girl outside the bowling alley. Oh shit, somebody saw us. That was like her biggest first. I'm like, okay, I gotta end this. Okay, remember how you told me you have a crush on him? Yeah? Well, I'm gonna tell him, but first I'm gonna tell you also, because actually I already told him in a previous class today, he has a crush on you. You two should get together. Y'all would be the perfect couple. I hope y'all have a wonderful life together.
Yeah.
Yes, did that. Literally, lit. Here's your present. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't run into her or him until like I quit school and started working at the local McDonald's.
One possibility I see is McDonald's on North Main Street.
Shut up, whore! Fucking Siri. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I went and got a job at Mickey D's. And they were both working there. You. I'm like, shut up. I've never hurt you. I might hurt your feelings. I'll always love you. I'm just not in love with you. So deal with it. Plus, your mother was the reason we broke up. You got an issue? Talk to her about it. Because I'd have shown you the world and probably got you knocked up and married you. Him, he saw me say that to her. He looked at me. I'm like, dude, she's going to hate me until the end of time because I didn't give her the storybook ending she wanted. I hope you do. I shook his hand. It's good to see you. The funny part was, I got the fucking job there. I rarely would work shifts with either one of them.
Yeah.
And then, like, no less than 6 months later, they both, like, either quit or got another job somewhere else because she couldn't handle having me as the temptation around. And I was honest with him and her about, I know you're in love with me. You've always been in love with me.
Yeah.
Don't blame me, because I ended the relationship because you crossed the line I asked you not to cross. Which was tell her best friend we were dating. And said, don't tell anybody. I've already got people trying to make fun of me. And no offense, you're a nerd geek just like I am. They're going to make fun of me more because we're boyfriend girlfriend. I don't want to deal with more harassment. So don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't lay that all out for her, but I mean, I told her, no, just don't, please.
Yeah.
She's my best friend. Yeah, the big titty bitch. Her best friend's the big boob bitch in the 6th grade.
Yeah. And
she's the tiny titties, itty bitty titty committee chick.
Yeah.
I mean, she started to grow in senior year of high school, but I think that's why I kind of decided to put the slick moves back on her.
Yeah.
She was. And my best friend TJ, because I was sitting with her at lunch, and her best friend was a, no offense, hick who lived out in the middle of the sticks. But she was cute. If I wouldn't have got with freaking Charlotte way back when in the day, in 6th grade, I'd have ran after that one. But that one told me no. Like, why did you freaking open the phone? Just kiss him. Nothing serious if you don't want to. I mean, if you want to be serious, we can be serious. She's like, no. She's told me stuff that I don't like when you guys weren't friendly. I'm like, yeah, we weren't friendly because she did something I asked her not to do, so I broke off the relationship for like 6 months, and then we got back together. Yeah. And then we broke up because her mom, well, I said some stuff I shouldn't have said at that age to her, because she was wearing tight, gray, a size too small sweatpants, and I could see the prize. And I told her, baby. And her mom's like, excuse me? Fuck. Here's a story of what happened. I was just telling her that I could see them. They were too tight. She probably shouldn't wear them at school. Mom and I was like, there you go, there's your story. But because her mom basically said we can't be a couple no more, that kind of ruined us.
Yeah.
Or it would have been me and her married and probably had 2 or 4 kids.
That's essentially what happened with an ex of mine, Marina. You know, her mom basically got in the middle of it. That's what happened, essentially.
Well, when the parent doesn't like you, it becomes the worst situation in the world.
Yeah.
Her mom thought I was only in it to get into her daughter's pants. The thing was, I wasn't going... That was not my end goal. That was a goal.
Yeah.
But that was a goal after we dated until the end of high school and then I married her. That was like my whole plan. It done. That was the plan.
That's part of the why I like going forward. Every time I was ever in a relationship, like the parent, loose involvement, if not no involvement. Like,
No,
any
see,
actual
here's the
calls
funny
of the
part.
relationship had to
Because
be
that was my
disconnected.
first relationship in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Every relationship after that, subconsciously I'm betting, but I buttered up every other girlfriend's parents so well, they wanted me to marry their daughter.
Yeah.
One parent, out of all the girlfriends I've had in my life, has hated me. Every other girlfriend's mom and or dad, best motherfucker in the world. Oh, and here's the funny part. Her dad loved me. He saw I wanted to become her future husband.
Yeah.
He's a teenage boy. He
Yeah.
blew it off. Her mom took it to the nth degree like I was gonna rape her or something.
Wow.
When I was in love with her.
Yeah, what is it about moms, especially like ones from a certain generation, where like they just assume the worst shit about people without investigating, like without even getting.
But
all
here's the
facts.
funny part. She was best friends with my mom.
Yeah, that's weird.
How stupid is that?
Yeah, she's best friends with Mare, and yet she assumes the worst shit.
She assumes I'm the spawn of Satan because apparently Russell's Satan. I'm like, nobody's a close second or third. Hey, I was always honest. Plus, she didn't like that her daughter was showing me affection. She didn't like the way me and her daughter Charlotte were falling in love
Yeah.
at middle school age, 11, 12 years old. Well, she was 11, I was 12. Because I always hit my birthday halfway through the year, so by the time we were like serious, and I met her mom, mowed their lawns for a couple of months. Made me some money while I'm dating my woman. I mowed the lawn.
Yeah.
Because of my girl. Oh no, I had a plan through the whole fucking mother. I had that shit fucking planned out. I ain't stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was the thing of, she was cuddling with me. We were close. Weren't doing anything inappropriate. Her mom came in. The biggest issue is, Charlotte jumped, tried to shove her mom out of her room. Instead of asking, can you please leave, Mom? We're not doing anything inappropriate. We'll leave the door open if you want.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything inappropriate. I just wanted cuddle. I just wanted to spend time with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Her mom, every time something happened, good or bad, 90% bad, fucking mom pointing her nose into my business like I'm gonna try to get into her daughter's pants and make her pregnant before we're old enough or married.
So that's the thing. That's when the parent starts to create the problems instead of helping with solving things.
Right?
They end up manifesting.
Or making it 10 times worse.
Yes, 1,000 times worse.
Because they claim that you're gonna do something that you've never had in your right mind to do.
Yes, and they just presume and assume without investigating or actually finding out what's going on.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
listening
that's
or
like
communicating or comprehending
You
anything.
said something inappropriate to my daughter.
Yes.
We're teenagers. We're horny little fuckers.
Yep.
Kind of what the fuck we do, woman?
Especially if like they assume that like just because it's not
No,
their
no, no.
kid.
It wasn't an assumption. She knew her daughter had fallen in love with me. Like,
Yeah.
she was fully in love with me. I was like her daughter's first love.
Yeah.
She was my third love in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think her mother saw that I was falling in love with her daughter, and she was afraid of what would happen. The funny part is, I'm the guy who got her daughter the good husband that she got.
Yeah.
So no matter what her mother thought of me originally, I proved her right by being the best motherfucker she ever met or fell in love with. Kiss my ass, suck my dick, bitch.
Yeah.
I got your daughter, the good type of Christian boy you wanted her to be married to, even though, if I remember correctly, it was a little anti-Christian.
Mm.
Don't say that in front of my parents, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Charlotte, come at me. Karnage 6778. Let's talk about your bullshit and why you hate me for absolutely no reason other than you want to fucking get railed to the wall by this, even though you love your husband. We can talk about it on Twitter. I don't care, dude. What is she gonna do?
Why should you get like 8 DMs from a bunch of old loves?
Dude, if any of my exes come at me, or any of my exes' female friends come at me, why didn't you ask me out? Or, oh, I should have taken you up on the deal when you asked.
Mm.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off, sit back and go, well, fuck this shit, knew it. And just clear out the message. Ha, that's a good thing to do. Ha, knew it. Send. What do I care?
Yeah.
I mean, the stupidity of people of, my first love this, my first... Okay, are they your first love, or are they just the person you fell in love with first?
Yeah.
Because my first love was Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love, well, I had a crush on her sister, but nothing like the love I had for Andrea.
Yeah.
Charlotte, I was falling in love with her because of her mother always interfering. I could never show her my love, or be a horny little teenager tell the things that I wanted to do to her when we got married, when we were out of high school.
Yeah.
Because that means you want to fuck her now. You're going to take away her virginity in the middle of high school. You're going to make her pregnant. Fuck you going with this, bitch? I've been taught since I was a little fuck. No, you don't fuck until you're married. That doesn't mean I can't go, I love you. I love your tits. I love to. It done. Would love to. You know, put it on the slick, because one, it's true, and two, I like to be a slick. That's like, I was mowing the lawn for this one girl. Her mom, she liked me, at the same time she wasn't comfortable with me spending time alone with her daughter, so she always sent the little sister to come bother us.
Yeah.
She didn't have tits for shit, but she was always showing me her little nubs and kissing up on me, and like she wanted to rail me instantly. Because I was that guy.
Yeah.
You know, just big, had muscles. Because I was working out in high school. I had the muscles. I was built like a goddamn let's do this.
Yeah.
And the thing of, I don't know, I got a little kissed her a little bit here and there. Put some insinuation thoughts in her head about getting busy and shit. And she's like, put my hand down your pants. I'll at least leave with a smile on your face. Her sister always came back in the room like less than 30 seconds or 10 seconds after she got. She's like, leave us alone, sis. Because the funny part was, we were in her mom and her daddy's room and we were about to get a little fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have railed her because I was like, yeah, no, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
But the thing was that was my first attempt at trying to get into a girl's pants and actually meaning it. But I also just, you know, the excitement of, ooh, I get caught.
Yeah.
The adrenaline rush from that alone made it the best. Other than that, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like I lost contact with, I wish I could remember her name because I'd love to get in contact with her too. It was the older sister of a guy I was doing taekwondo with at the YMCA of Shawnee, Oklahoma, and she, the last time I saw her, she dragged me in front of a camera, and I hated being in front of the camera at the time. I was nervous as fuck, because, you know, cameras just came out.
Yeah.
It was like mid-late 90s.
Yeah.
Like, old school camcorders.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is Tim, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Yeah. Uh-huh, yeah. Because I didn't have the slick on, because I was like, what the fuck? Why are you trying to steal my soul? Why do we have a camera?
Yeah.
Why are you recording me? Because we were like bullshit boyfriend, girlfriend, because we only saw each other with the taekwondo stuff. And then the leader stopped doing it, and because cell phones weren't out yet, I didn't have her number. I know she didn't have mine, because she didn't ask and I didn't give it to her. it was like out of nowhere we were starting to. Well, she was becoming comfortable with me. I was always comfortable with the ladies, but she was becoming comfortable with me, and we were moving to the point of actually being boyfriend girlfriend, like 12-year-old boyfriend girlfriend shit.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit older. I don't remember, because it was after Charlotte. And before me and Charlotte got back together, I had another girlfriend in between. I had fucking girlfriends. But this one, she was the one where it was just like, the fuck? And then I ran into her years later, and she said my name. I turned around, and I'm like, yes? Do you remember me? I recognize your face, and I don't remember from where. I'm sorry. We never broke up. I never thought about it that way. I kind of have a boyfriend right now. Can I get your number? We keep in touch? No, but it was great seeing you. And we gave each other hugs.
Yeah.
Kisses on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went along our way. No bad blood there. I would love to freaking talk to her because she was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was like the most mellow, no drama, no bullshit, with the breakup, no nothing, just done. Easy, simple as shit.
Yeah.
The easiest thing I've ever done, because it was so peaceful. We had a connection. She was nervous, so at first she like was standoffish, and then she got comfortable with me, and then we got comfortable with each other, and then we got ripped out of each other's lives.
Oof.
Yeah. Kind of like me and Andrea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had a couple situations where I've been ripped out of the women I want to be with's lives.
Yeah.
It hurts. And that's kind of where my being a romantic comes in, but that's also where my I'm tired of playing this fucking same game. Apparently this is my life game. I fall in love, I get with somebody, and either they rip themselves out of my life, or they get ripped out of my life. I'm done playing the game. That's why I am the stoic I am today.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of it. Biggest fucking flirt you'll ever meet on this God's green earth, and couldn't give two shits about being a big flirt.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. That's who I've always been. I've always been a big flirt. At first, because Russell used to do it to me whenever we went to, like, McDonald's or Taco Bell or wherever. Like, my buddy here would like your phone number, young lady. When I was younger, she's like a little too old for me, or, Dad, shut up, I actually know her from school. You know, that sort of thing. And then when I got used to it, would he? Yes, I would, young lady. And then they'd shit their pants. Here's your order. Yeah, no, it was the best, because it was a joke that Russell did. I thought it was funny. I always just laughed at and smiled at the cute girls.
Yeah.
I couldn't give two shits. So, yeah. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 other girlfriends that I won't mention that I had that I stole and or banged behind my buddy's back while they were dating them. Done that like 2 or 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
2 girls specifically. Well, one attempted to bang me, but ooh, she was a dirty bitch, so I said no. The other one, God, she fucking sucked. Oh. Yes, take me back to that Native American. My best friend TJ married her. And they have a kid.
Oh, damn.
I don't know how many they have now, because the last time I had his number. You know who I am, TJ. Fucker from Oklahoma. I hope your dad's not still mowing lawns, being a lazy fucking good for nothing. I hope he finally grew up, or no offense, died. And you are making money, and hopefully not a worthless bum anymore. And your wife's been typing a lot of shit. I mean, look at it.
Oh, hi, chat.
Yeah.
XD laugh my ass. See, I've been so just listening to you talking shit that I didn't even check.
I looked over, I just see all the
16,
comments.
multiverse, :P, heart, O.O. And that's so out of context, I have no idea what you're fucking responding to.
No, when I said it was like this long or this long,
Yeah.
I think one of them was Charlotte. She's like, yeah, that was 6 months. You did that for like 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gostell's probably the one that knows the most about some of this shit.
She knows about some of it because I never hid anything from her. That's like, my whole thing with hiding stuff from my kids.
Yeah.
She's one of my kids, technically. I mean, not actually mine, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's our dynamic.
Yeah.
So my thing is, well, yeah, I've never lied to her. I've never lied to anybody that I consider my underling or my kid.
Yeah.
Through the dynamics of working, I lied? Fuck no. Do I maybe not tell you something because it'll hurt your feelings? No, I'll still tell you. I'll just tell you don't get your feelings hurt because here's some honesty and you're going to get your butt hurt and deal with it.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way I am. But some of the girlfriends yeah, I thought
what the hell is that even about?
Laugh my ass off. All the way at the top.
LMAO.
Yeah. Because I think the top one is the first thing or the last thing she said. I don't know because it don't give us a time.
They don't give us a timestamp, honey. I don't get timestamp.
You're not going to be able to look it up on your phone either because it's already passed in the live chat.
Well, shit.
Oh, well, we should probably end this because it's almost 1 o'clock. Okay. Like, subscribe, and if you're listening to this on not YouTube or Tumblr, Rumble, brain.
Oh, the most recent one is the O.O.
Okay.
First.
That tells us where it goes from. Thanks, Judy. But, if you're listening to us on a not YouTube or Rumble with the video, give us a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen to our craziness at.
Yep.
And if you have video, yay. If you don't, sorry. You just gotta listen to the lunacy.
Yep. So, this next week,
We'll go into your past love life and let Amber get pissed.
Yeah, we'll do that. And next week is the 13th, so we'll try to be back from the concert.
Which concert?
Disturbed. We're coming to Salt Lake
Oh,
City.
yeah. You like
So,
going to their concerts. I don't do concerts, so.
Yeah, so when we come back,
if it's not too late.
If it's not too late, we'll podcast. If not, we might find the next day or the following week. But we'll see what happens this next week. But and we'll figure out what to talk about. Probably more 48 Laws or probably something. But anyway, I'm TPAW.
I'm Karnage.
And that's Crazy Piece for this week. Have a week.
Don't die.
Flex.